Tyler Ramos. Tyler Ramos.
Here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on the road, hey. time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATP. Shout out to my boy DZ, and shout out to the Candle Mafia. And on top of that, guys, shout out to the money flow on Market Cypher B, which very rarely lies, guys. My hat's a little crooked. I hate when that happens. But guys, we got an amazing show for you guys tonight. As you know, Bitcoin has gotten a little bit of a move to the downside, which is somewhat of a good thing, in my opinion. As you guys know, we've been looking at this price action as we've ranged around going sideways for over a month, or just about a month, looking at some signals on Market Cypher that we're calling for a breakdown below the range before getting our next big leg up to the upside. And it finally happened, guys. We finally broke below this range. Now, as you guys know, I didn't really have a favorite, I didn't really have a preference of which way we broke out of this range to the downside or the upside. I did have a slight bias or a favor to hope for a move to the downside because we had been calling for this for quite some time. And then we just moved sideways for a month. And I started to feel a little bit crazy looking for that move to the downside, but those signals on the higher time frames, we had money flow coming down, we had bearish divergences printing, as well as red dots just simply printing on the higher time frames. And if you guys have watched the live stream or the show at any point in the past month, you will know that we've been looking for that move down before our next leg up. And I started to feel a little bit crazy, guys. I started to feel a little bit loony as everyone was looking at the bull flag, the bullish consolidation, looking for that break to the upside. But by looking at Market Cypher B, guys, we were able to put a little bit of a bearish leaning bias in that range, looking for a break to the downside before that next big leg up. And we finally got it. And we're going to talk all about it today, guys. Is this the start of a bigger breakdown for Bitcoin, or is this a healthy correction before we finally get that next leg up? And if you guys watch the live stream over the past few weeks, we are actually finding support right now on the major key level that we've been looking at for the past like 3.5 weeks. So we're coming down some key support. Could we get a strong bounce here, or is this going to be a lackluster bounce before we roll over and come back to the downside, guys? We finally have a ton to look at on the charts because finally we've broken down out of this sideways range. Hallelujah, guys. Hallelujah. We got some new price action. Hopefully, we don't just get a bounce back right back into the range. But yeah, we got a lot to look at, guys. Is this a definite breakdown, or are we going to see a big bounce incoming here to give us that next leg up? And if we do continue to the downside, what are some of those key levels we need to be keeping our eye on to find some of that support? And where is that line in the sand where if we cross it, I flip bearish in the long term? We're going to be talking about all of that. We will also be taking a look at XRP, guys. I know a lot of people are wondering, like, oh my God, is XRP going to dump? Or should I be putting in longs? Are we going to come down lower? So we're going to be covering XRP as well. And shout out to anybody who saw our weekend video, the Sunday Sauce video, letting you know how much Ethereum you should hold to become a millionaire in the next bull market. So shout out to everybody that video did really well. So shout out to everybody showing love on that video. But guys, don't forget, before we get into it, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. The more spins, the more wins. The more wins, the more free stuff that Frankie Candles gets to give to the Candle Mafia. And with that being said, guys, we are going to be doing a special 50K subscriber live stream where we will be doing a very, very special giveaway. We're going to be giving away a lot of crypto, guys. So we're going to be talking about that coming up here pretty soon. And then, yeah, we will probably be doing that live stream, I believe, on Thursday during the afternoon when we lock in a time. Tony will go ahead and drop it in the free Discord to let everybody know. We're probably just going to chill. Maybe we do with some TA, but really what it's going to be is, guys, like, maybe we'll do some TA. We'll try to look for some entries, but we're basically just going to be celebrating 50K. And the whole point of that stream is to give away a whole bunch of crypto. So we got a lot of fun stuff lined up. And we obviously did not do our giveaways on Friday, so we will be adding those giveaways to the 50K subscriber giveaway, or at least we'll do those on Friday. So there's going to be a lot of crypto to be given away on this at the end of this week, right? We're going to be giving away more crypto than we've ever given away. So get excited for that, guys. And before we go ahead and jump into the charts, guys, let's go ahead and say what's up to the Candle Mafia. Starting off with DeFi and Ryan giving us that $10 super chat. I appreciate you so much, bro. Thank you for that. He says, first super chat ever. Signed up for the premium Discord after getting weekly dining room sauce and hit the big move down for a 4x, doubling my trading account. Thanks, Frankie. Well, DeFi and Ryan, bro. Listen, man. I don't know what other thing. I don't know what else can happen for us to load up that Bing Bong cannon and blast a couple bagels for you, bro. Shout out to DeFi and Ryan, and congrats on your win, bro. We're loading up the bagel blaster. Shout out to you, bro. Doubling your trading account in the, I assume the first week that you were in the premium Discord. Shout out to you, bro. That's out of control. Shout out to DeFi and Ryan. Just remember, you did the hard part. I just gave you a little bit of help. You're the one that pulled the trigger, took the trade, and managed the trade, which is the hard part. So pat yourself on the back. You did this, not me. Shout out to DeFi and Ryan and the premium Discord. Let's go. Bing bong. Guys, we got to change the batteries in this thing. Oh my God, guys. What is going on with this? Come on. Guys, what is going... Oh, whoa, there we go. Bing bong. Let's go. Shout out to DeFi and Ryan. There we go. That was a quick mag dump right there. Shout out to DeFi and Ryan. Let's see who else we got in here. Let's see. We got Darren Does Things as always. What is going on, Darren? Thank you for being here. We got Randall Dance says, hey, Mafia. What is going on, Randall? Thank you for being here. We got Mark Dutch, proactive with the check your microphone volume chat. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. Shout out to the other TJ. Shout out to Query. Shout out to all the keyboards out there. Let's go. Who else we got in here? We got French Toaster throwing an hola in the chat. Shout out to French Toaster. Thank you for being here. Captain Kirk, Crypto Anon, Crypto Billy, Tyler Durden, Tony D, D Petty Crypto Chemistry, bro. Guys, you know the mods. Show them some love in the chat. They make my life so much easier than it used to be before we had them. And shout out to Hannah King for gifting those 5 Frankie Candles memberships, coming in hot, starting off the week. Shout out to Captain Kirk. But shout out to Hannah King. Thank you for gifting those memberships. As always, guys, Hannah King is the princess of the Candle Mafia. Not to be confused with Jessica, our female Candle Mafia representative. But shout out to Hannah. Thank you so much for always supporting the channel. We do appreciate you. We got Donato Cabrera in the chat. Everybody Smile was gifted that membership by Hannah King. Hey, smile, everybody. Everybody smile just got a membership. Shout out to you. We got Metavice in the chat. Long time no see, Metavice. Let's see. We got Mark Dutch. We shouted him out. Crypto Train. What's going on? He said, gift me, yo. Gift me. Shout out to Crypto Train. I mean, you hang out here long enough, bro. You're going to wind up with a membership. We got Greg Gonzalez in the chat. We got Ziva Crypto Girl. Again, long time no see. Got a lot of premium members in here. Let's go. Let's see. Ryan, what is going on, bro? We got Jeanette. We got, we got Crypto Billy. Billy the GOAT. Shout out to Darren Does Things. We got the Duke. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Billy. What is going on, bro? Good to see you. We got Bala in the chat, and we got Blockchain Brawler saying, what's going on, Frankie? On the LIRR right now. Oh, baby, the throwback to the LIRR. I've had some good times on that train. That is for sure. And if you're from New York, you're probably thinking, like, how could you have a good time on a train? Go to New York. You'll have a good time on the LIR, that's for sure. Because you're usually on your way to a concert or some kind of a party or a club or something if you're coming from Long Island. And, the train, you got to get amped up for the party on the train ride, right? But anyway, shout out to all the New Yorkers out there. Shout out to the Aztecian Cactus Mosswater guys. And without further ado, today's energy is brought to you by Market Cypher, where the money flow never lies. Well, very, very, very rarely lies. And in the case of Bitcoin right now, it indeed did not lie at all. And we're going to be talking about that, guys, because as you know, one of the big things that we were looking at to anticipate a move below this range before our next big move to the upside, a lot of that had to do with money flow, not only on the 4-hour, but also on the higher time frame. So we're going to be taking a look at that, and we're just going to give kudos not only to Market Cypher, but also the volume profiles, because that had a lot to do with it as well. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Here we go. All right, let's see. Let's see. Shout out to Tim Shea in the chat. Brett Headley, what is going on? Chemistry, bro. Tuning in. What is going on, Chem, bro? Thank you for being here, bro, and thank you for all you do for the channel. We got Morel Crawford said, how on earth are you not wearing... guys, I'll be right back. Shout out to Morel. Guys, watch the sign. Morel, the answer to your question is... I don't know. Guys, keep an eye on this sign really quick because I have something really cool to show you guys, and it's going to be worth the wait. It's going to take 2 seconds, but just watch the sign for me. Make sure the sign doesn't go off. I will be right back. Shout out to Morel. Dude, I don't know what I would do if you were not in the chat right now. I would be wearing this really boring shirt. I'll be right back, guys. Morel's our head of merch, so you could probably guess what I'm about to go do. BRB. Okay. Almost fell there, guys. Almost fell there. But real quick, guys, before we jump into it, shout out to Morel. Got a lot of stuff going on here, guys. I almost forgot to put on our new piece of merch. Check it out. We finally got him in, guys. Frankie Candles University, #FCU. There it is. Frankie Candles University shirts are now, I believe, live on the website. Tony D, if you could drop that link in the chat, I would greatly appreciate you. And there you go, guys. We have these in white and black. But yeah, Tony, if you could drop that link, I believe they're already available, or Morel could probably let you guys know exactly when they'll be available if they're not. But they're coming down the pipe, guys, and they are fire. They are fire. We need to work out those bugs. Shout out to Tony D. I don't know if he's talking about the, yeah, shout out to Matt. Matt likes the shirt. Let's go. Yeah, there it is. Frankie Candles University. There you go. Free tuition, guys. Free tuition here on YouTube.com. V-neck. No, right? I don't think so. Yeah, no V-neck. No V-neck. Maybe we'll come out with a V-neck. Yeah, we can only see from the shoulders up. I know. It's just like not the best. Yeah, this is not. I'll have to do the whole show like this, guys, so you guys can see the shirt. BRB. Going to buy this shirt in white and black. Shout out to Hannah King. Let's go. Shout out to Hannah King. I really hope it's live. Tony D is a professor here at FCU. He's actually I don't really know what the positions are at yeah, I don't know. He's like the boss of operations at FCU for sure. Let's see. You should write free tuition. That would actually be pretty dope. It is free tuition here on YouTube, guys. But go check that out. Tony D, share that link if it's live. If not, share the link anyway, and then we'll let you guys know when it's live. But they will be live soon if they're not already. But guys, with all that being said, let's go ahead and move on into the charts because we finally have some interesting stuff to look at. Thank God. So here we are, guys, decisively broken down below our range. Absolutely beautiful. This is exactly what we wanted to see. This is what we've been looking for the past almost 30 days, right? Like almost a full month. There we go. Should we check? Hey, Bubba's Crypto, what is going on? Popping in to say hello. Fam. Still working, listening to Frank. He's got the sauce. Let's go. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. I appreciate you for being in here, bro, with that Pluto Alliance. Yo, Mauser said he just hit the inhaler. Yo, I love this conspiracy theory that every time I run off stream, I use an inhaler. I'm here for it. But let's go ahead and jump on in here, guys. And yeah, someone said, yeah, shout out to, I don't know how to say that name, but he said Bart Simpson chart. Yeah, we could take a look at that. That's actually something we were looking at as well. Yeah, Tim Shea said Frankie wears every shirt until it's shipped. Creighton C in here. Let's go. William, what is going on? Shout out to you, William. But let's go ahead and move on to the TA here, guys. But here we are, guys. I mean, I'm beside myself. I couldn't be any happier. Let's talk about what. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to hide the levels here. We're going to take a look. We're going to start our top-down analysis starting off on the weekly. We'll work our way down to the lower time frames, and we'll try to figure out what Bitcoin's next move is going to be. Now, here we are, guys. The dreaded. Let me pull up a fresh chart here, actually, so we could just take a look at some clean charts here. All right, let's see. Boom. That is not what we want. We want to take a look at this one. All right. And let me go ahead and hide all this TA. Boom. Put it in a folder. Hide it. And here we go. Now, starting off on the higher time frames, guys, taking a look at the weekly, what do we have going on here? Now, this is something we've been looking for quite some time, and it is the potential bearish divergence. And we talked about this on the live stream on Thursday, talking about if we were to start printing that bearish divergence on the weekly time frame. Now, we've been looking at this for a long time because our VWAP has been coming down towards that zero line for like weeks, right? It's been about since we started it's been like about 2 or 3 weeks where we've been looking for this weekly bear div to start printing, and we are finally printing it, guys. You can see your higher highs on price, which is a little bit lackluster here. However, if you pull it to the wicks, it is a little bit of a stronger angle from your higher highs on price with your lower highs on your momentum waves. But either way, you have your higher highs on price, lower highs on your momentum waves, giving you that open alligator mouth, letting you know that's a bearish divergence. And you guys know what happens when you get those bear divs. Oftentimes, you will get that open alligator mouth to start puking out those purple candles. And this is a part of the reason why it was looking like we were likely to break down below this sideways range before we got our next big leg up to higher prices, right? Because we were talking all of these higher daily time frames, none of these time frames, guys, looked primed for a big move up. They honestly looked for the opposite. They were looking like they wanted to cool off. We had the weekly bear div printing. We also had the 6-day red dot and bearish divergence printing. We had the same thing on the 5-day, which 5-day is now printing a bear div. We also had the same thing on the 4-day, the 3-day, and the 2-day, right? So this is on top of these bearish divergences and red dots that we're printing on the higher time frames, which again, I want to kind of hammer this home. Guys, I was starting to feel a little bit crazy, looking for more downside, especially when we were at this moment in time where XRP got that news and we started to get a push up. I'm not going to lie. I thought we were going to be wrong. Like, I thought we were going to have to suck it up and be like, well, we were totally wrong, guys. The money flow gave us a false signal, which we were prepared for, right? Like, we were already prepared if we were going to get that rip to the upside. So it's not like we would have gotten wrecked or anything. But again, you know, I kept harping on the fact that we did have money, not only the red dots and bearish divergences on the higher time frames indicating a bigger move down before the next leg up, but we also had money flow on the 16-hour coming to the downside, guys. This is indicative of more downside to come. The money flow indicates the longer-term trend. Not only that, guys, we also had this on the 12-hour and the 10-hour as well. The 10-hour was actually the first, the early signal here. We were looking at this on Thursday, I believe. Yeah, we were looking at this on Thursday saying money flow crossing into the red, guys. Like, again, this is indicative of a move down before the next move up. And the 4-hour was the first thing that we were looking at saying, hey, higher time frames look like they want to cool off. We have a bearish divergence on the 4-hour, which oftentimes can mark a significant top, right? We were looking at this bearish divergence that we had printing on the 4-hour. A lot of times that does mark a significant top with your lower highs and your higher highs on price. And on top of that, guys, we also had our money flow coming to the downside. But look at this, guys. We had the money flow coming down for like 20 days, right? And this is like, oh my God, are we going to break down? Are we going to break down? Are we going to break down? And I'm sitting here and we're like, I mean, we could get a false signal. It's happened before. And we even showed examples of when the money flow has faked us out a little bit. But this was the first signal that was making us think like, hey, this is going to cross over. Nope. Bing bong, right back to the upside. Oh, it's going to cross over. Nope. Bing bong, right back to the upside. We faked out into the red, back into the green. Then we thought we were going to get the break to the upside. I thought we were going to be completely wrong. But what happened? When you ignore all the noise, guys, simply the money flow just wound up playing out, right? And then you could see we finally crossed over on the 4-hour decisively right about here. And what happened? That is essentially on that money flow crossover is where we wound up getting the, not immediately, but you could see, right, like money flow coming out, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, finally crosses over into the red, and then we get that move to the downside. Exactly what we were looking for to happen. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I started to lose slight hope. Like, I was starting to think, like, you know what? Maybe we're just going to be wrong here. Like, maybe we're just going to be wrong. Like, it's not impossible for the money flow to be wrong. But I will say this. The money flow indeed was not wrong, guys, because the money flow never lies. The money flow very rarely lies, guys. And, like, all the warning signs were here. 4-hour money flow coming out. 8-hour was another big signal that we got right here. 8-hour money flow crossover. 12-hour money flow crossing over into the red. The 10-hour also coming out. Like, all of this stuff were things that we've been looking at for the past month, where my crazy self was up here like, I think we go back down. I think we go back down. And then XRP happened, and I was like, maybe. Oh, no. It still looks like we're going down, guys. Like, I don't know. I'm just reading the charts. We could be wrong. And then, boom, we finally get the move. I feel like I'm not crazy, everybody. I'm not crazy. Look, we saw it happen. Thank God. I'm not going to lie, guys. Yeah, I was starting to, like, lose sleep over that. I'm like, oh, God, like, maybe the TA doesn't work. Maybe it is all fugazi. But no. We stuck to the TA, and we got that move to the downside. And I hope that's a big learning lesson for the Candle Mafia watching here on the live stream tonight, guys, because when I bring up these key levels, we're going to talk about, again, why it was very clear, not very clear, but not that it was, I want to look at reasons why it was more likely for us to break down other than the money flow and the way the higher time frames looked. But also, I want to take a look at the levels we were watching and how we were looking at the market and why we are getting support right at this area. And again, if you watch the live streams, you will know exactly what we're about to talk about. But let's go ahead and see here what happened to the gateway to higher prices. I don't know what gateway to higher prices you're talking about. I guess technically our gateway to higher prices would have been the macro event. Well, let's take a look at that's kind of what we're going to talk about right now. So let's cover that, right? Let's take a look at the TA here. So gateway to higher prices, right? Just like right here, our value area low would be the gateway to lower prices. Shout out to Drew. Just like this will be our gateway to lower prices. And when we were below this level, this was our gateway to higher prices, right? And then what happened? We broke through the gateway to higher prices. This might be the level you're talking about, Drew. This was our gateway to higher prices. I think I even had this labeled as gateway to higher prices. And then once we broke it, right, where are we expecting to go? Well, if we know this is a volume profile, like, hallelujah, guys. Shout out to the volume profiles. When we broke this doorway to more upside or this value area low, we know because this is a value area, once we break above this value area low right here, we are more likely than not to go up to the POC, which we got a perfect rejection off of, and then a shot up to the value area high. And I'll be 100% honest, guys, it doesn't always happen that nicely, right? Like, it's not always that clean of a move right to the POC, bullish consolidation, and then right to the value area high. But it just happened to play out perfectly like that, at least on that first move up. So that was, I think, the last time we really had a doorway to higher prices. Our current doorway to higher prices right now, I would argue, is the value area high of this range, right? Because we have found balance within this range, and if we break above this value area high, that I wouldn't be expecting any higher prices, and we almost broke this level during the XRP news, and we kind of did, but then we got sucked back in, where? Right to the POC. Thank you, Creighton, for being so quick on answering those questions, but yeah, That's what we're looking for, right? We got that move above here. We're expecting to potentially get sucked back to the POC. We got it, and this is where we were saying, like, hey, if we don't bounce off this POC, we're probably going to go to the value area low. And then we lost the POC, got a bearish rejection, bearish retest, and that is where, I mean, when was this? This was happening on Thursday. So, yeah, on the Thursday's live stream, we were probably sitting right about here. I guess we were probably hovering somewhere down here. But once we got that bearish retest of the POC, guys, what happens when you get below the POC and you cannot get back above it as you bearishly retest? You're expecting a move to the value area low. Oh my God, somebody clip a live stream from yesterday. Somebody go to a live stream from last week and clip where we drew these exact same lines, just looking at the volume profile. And I do not say this to brag. I do not say this to say, ha, look, I was right. Because if anybody is aware that I could have been wrong, it is me. But this is not because I am a super, it's not because I know some kind of secret tool or secret indicator or I have a crystal ball. This is because of the volume profiles, guys. And we look at these levels for free every single day here on the YouTube channel. And when you zoom out and keep things simple, we came to the value area high. You're looking for shorts, expecting to get sucked in towards Creighton, the POC. We get a move to the POC, you bing bong around, you lose the POC, bearish retest, you can't get back above, then you're looking to get back down to the value area low, which we had two of. We had two value area lows we were looking at. One of them was coming in here at about 28.8K. and the other one is coming down here at about 28,650, which we have not come down to touch that one, but we have touched that 28.8K level almost perfectly. Yo, Darren does sing, says Frankie singing Linkin Park was the only thing worth clipping. I did sing Linkin Park. You are right, Darren. You are right. But let's see. Yeah, shout out to the bird next door. Said Frankie Candles binging and bonging into profits, whether the prices are going up or down. Absolutely, that's what we do up in here. That's dang right. That's the Mafia motto right there. The secret was in the sauce. Shout out to Mr. B. And I will get to this question in a second. But yeah, this is what we were looking for, guys. And again, we were able to use the volume profiles to try to estimate where we were going to go, right? So back to Drew asking about the doorway to higher prices. I would say the I don't know. I think what you're referring to, you might have not watched in a while. I think what you're referring to is the 28.8K level, but that was only the doorway to higher prices when we were below it. Right now, it's actually the doorway to lower prices. But I would say our current doorway to higher prices is probably going to be this previous value area high. And the reason for that is that once you get above that value area high, we may go seek out a new area of balance, which I don't want to get too deep into it right now because we're not going in the upward direction. But yeah, getting closer to that 34.5 level, that 34.5K level, might be that destination of the doorway to higher prices. But yeah, that doorway to higher prices, I would say, is right now the previous value area high. But just again, guys, you'll remember from last week, we were looking at this, previous range, right? This old, not this old range, but this more local range that we had. Let me unextend this to the right. Boom, right? We had this local range, and then we were saying, hey, like if we wind up getting a move up, I'm not expecting anything crazy to happen until we break this value area high, right? Because obviously we were trading the heck out of this sideways range locally as we were inside of here. But again, every time we broke out of this level, everybody was freaking out. Oh my God, the moon, the moon, the moon. And I'm like, hey guys, like zoom out, right? This is just a local range. The macro range is between 31.4 and 28.6K. And again, like what happened? We broke below the local high, but what happened? You just came into your macro value area high and got rejected back towards the POC as you would expect, right? So again, deleting this local range, when in doubt, just zoom out to the macro range. And here we are. Rejected to the POC, rejected POC, rejected POC. Support on the POC, back to the high. Reject the high, back to the POC, can't get back above the POC, right to the value area low. This should seem familiar, guys. This should seem familiar. If you've been watching this stream for the past, week or so, this will look very familiar to you. And it's all the volume profile, right? Like, I would love to sit up here and pretend that, like, no one else can do this but me. Like, that's my secret tool. But it's not. It's free on TradingView for the most part. So there you go, guys. This is, again, why are we finding support on this level? This is right within the levels of support we've been looking at. And again, some of these levels are very important to stay above, right? The top of this blue box at $29,240 is the macro value area low. Or maybe that's the doorway to higher prices that he's talking about, but potentially. But that $29,240 level is our macro value area low from the range from the top of the bull market. Right? This is that value area low. So as long as we're able to maintain support above this level, you could think of this. Yeah, this is probably what that person was referring to. This is indeed a doorway to higher prices, which we are living below it right now, technically. But just because we're below it right now does not mean that we can't reclaim it, right? So $29,250, give or take, is going to be a very key level to watch, and we did have that marked out on the chart. Again, at the high of this blue box. And as long as we maintain support, I mean, overall, above the value area low down here. If we hold the lows, like if we come lower, I am still looking for longs down here, right? But if we hold above this blue box, guys, this is important. Even if we break below the blue box and then come back above, the reason this is an important level to hold is because it is technically the doorway to higher prices. Because if you get accepted back into this value area low, right, you're essentially getting accepted back into this bigger macro range, which could open up the door to come up to your POC at about 34.5, right? That same level I just talked about. So that could, again, once you get above this value area low, where's the next place price is likely to go? Crate and C. from the value area low, where is price likely to go next once you hold support? Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Chris coming in quick with the POC. Let's go. Yes. And where is that POC? It's sitting right here at 34.5. Now, to simplify this, I will come up to a higher time frame, and I will come up to a clean chart just to open your eyes and show you guys exactly what we're looking at here, right? The range that we're looking at is right here. This is the value area low you want to hold above, 29,250. I'm going to put the line there just to make it very easy to see. This is indeed, this has got to be, I don't even know if that guy's still in here, but this has got to be what he's talking about. This is indeed going to be, I don't know if I would call it the gateway to higher prices or the doorway to higher prices, but what I would call it is the level you got to hold in order to see higher prices, right? And then the value area high, this value area high right here is the doorway to get out. Because once you hold support, right, what are we looking for here if we're just looking at this as a value area? We're looking for price to get above the value area low, which is right here, flip that value area low to support, and if you hold that level as support, that's where you're expecting to get a move up to the value area high, again, at about 34.5, right? So that is the level you need to hold to see more movements to the upside. However, you have to break out of, right? You have to break out of this value area high. So the level you want to hold for more upside is going to be 29,250. But in order to see that price action move up, you got to break this previous value area high at 31.4. So again, in simple terms, we are simply just looking for price to break above this old value area low, flip it to support, and then get a move up to the POC. But please understand that price action is likely going to be very, 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 very messy, right? Likely, if you are going to even, you're probably going to slip this level a little bit, which we are right now. Maybe you slip, you play around with it a little bit, you get back above it, you come up towards the POC, back down, and then you bing-bong around a little bit. But eventually, if you hold above that level, you are looking to get up to that POC as long as you are decisively accepted back into this upper range, right? So on simple terms, that's why that level is so important, the top of that blue box, is because you could get accepted back into this area of balance. And not only could that open the door up to 34.5, but it could also open the door to the value area high at about 40, between about 48 and 50K, again, in perfect alignment with, or perfect confluence with, your macro golden pocket, another key level that we've been watching. So in the long term, guys, if we're going to see a big bear market rally continue up here, these are the levels we got to watch. You want to watch the previous value area low. If you could hold there, you look likely going to come up to the POC. If you can get above the POC, you're probably going to start your journey on the way up to the value area high, which just so happens to be in perfect confluence with that golden pocket, right? And understand, it's not just going to be a straight shot to the POC and then a straight shot to the high, right? There is a lot of other levels inside of this that we need to be looking at that we're likely going to be able to catch a bunch of scalp shorts off of because, likely the price action is going to be very, 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 very messy. You're probably going to come up, down, come up a little bit, and then back down. But eventually, you're looking for the laws of the volume profile to prevail, right? And then, so that is just the context. This value area low is the top of this blue box, which is why I drew this as a range and not just value area high, POC, value area low. We have to keep in mind that we have these other levels that are going to be extremely important to watch. But either way, guys, those are the key levels we're watching. The key levels have remained the same. We have actually come down and tapped a bunch of them. So that's obviously a very, very, very good sign. So I am looking for longs within here, guys. In the short term, I would be looking for moves to the upside, right? You have a 3-hour green dot looking to print, and not only that, you also have your bullish divergence potentially going to print here on the 3-hour tonight. Right? So if you get that bull div on the 3-hour, that is likely, not only did you come down to your key level of support, that again we've been watching for quite some time, but also you're getting that green dot, and not only that, you're also getting the divergence, making it more likely than not that at least in the short term, we could wind up getting a move to the upside. So that is what I would kind of look at in the short term, right? 3-hour green dot's likely going to give us some kind of a push up, and then more importantly, guys, we have a nice bullish divergence into our key level here, with a bull div on the 4-hour, right? So this 4-hour green dot, I would expect us to give a bounce as well. However, with the fresh red dot on the daily, with the way money flow, I mean, even the 16-hour, With the way money flow is looking on these higher time frames, with the 16-hour money flow crossing into the red, with the daily money flow, kind of bing-bonging around, to be honest. It's kind of flat. But, 2-day money flow crossing over into the red. 3-day money flow looking to cross over into the red, right? With the way money flow is looking, if we do get moves to the upside, I will look for it to potentially be a lackluster move up before putting in a lower high and continuing down. And I also want to cover this, guys, because this is another thing we were looking at on the stream on Thursday. If we wound up getting another push up because of the way money flow looked, just like I mentioned just now, when we were ping-ponging around down here on Thursday's live stream, we were saying, hey, if we got to move up, where could we look for a rejection? And we were looking for a rejection at the POC of the range, which was also, where was that local golden pocket actually? I think it was right here. It was also a local golden pocket retracement, right? Do you see where this purple box is fitting in? Right between those fib levels? Come on. Come on. I'm not trying to delete the fib. I'm trying to delete the marker. There. Oh, my God. Okay, I guess I'll just pull a fresh fib. Right? So once we got that move down, guys, where were we looking for that rejection to happen? Well, we were looking for, number one, a second retest of the POC, which we knew if we weren't able to get above there, we were likely to get the move down to the value area low, right? And not only that, we also had the local golden pocket. When you pull from this swing high to this swing low, you have your local golden pocket 786 retracement level right in there with the POC smack dab in the middle. And we know that price likes to come up and retest these golden pocket 786 Fibonacci retracement levels before putting in a lower high, lower high, and then continuing to put in new lows. Does this sound familiar? Hit me with a hashtag value in chat if this sounds familiar to you. Who's down with POC? Shout out to Mr. Blake. I am definitely down with the POC. But shout out to anybody who's been watching the live streams recently. I mean, finally, it took long enough, but we finally got that, and just beautiful rejection. And the reason I bring this up is not to show you that, haha, look, I was right. It's to show you that we talked about this Fibonacci retracement level. We talked about the POC being in between these two levels and making it a saucy level to reject to put in that lower low. And if you were paying attention and taking notes with your uncooked spaghetti and dipping it in that marinade, or that marinara sauce, as the non-Italian people like to say. You dip it in the marinara, you know what I'm saying? And you're taking notes on your uncooked lasagna. It's an old joke for the old G's, the old OGs. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But if you're out there taking notes, guys, you would have had this level marked on your chart, and you would have known this would be a great place for price to put in a lower high and continue to the downside. And we saw it happen almost perfectly. And I show this to you guys to teach you so you can see this stuff happen before it actually plays out, just like we do. So there you go. Right down to our perfect level of support. Like, couldn't have played out more perfectly, especially as I started to feel crazy calling for these bigger moves to the downside, guys. Thank God. Thank God. But yeah, hit me with a hashtag value in chat. If any of this sounds familiar to you guys from one of the old live streams, let me know with a hashtag value in chat. And I see some people shouting out Chusei Crypto. As you guys know, tragically, one of our most active CandleMafia members, Chusei Crypto, passed away in a car accident last week. And if you guys want to help out, Tony D shared his GoFundMe in the announcement sections of the free Discord. This is not a GoFundMe that we created. We have nothing to do with this. This was pulled from the news segment that they I don't know. What do you do with the news segment? Yeah, they had a whole news segment on like the wherever he lived in his, I don't want to like dox his family and stuff, but if you guys want to support him on the GoFundMe, we linked their GoFundMe. Again, this has nothing to do with us. We've not set this up. This is his family's GoFundMe that was pulled from the news website. If you guys want to donate to him, he has a young son and now a single mother. So if you guys want to help out, definitely go check that out and donate if you guys want. But yeah, I just want to be very clear. This was not a GoFundMe that we created. This is not ours. This is their thing. So yeah, and there you go. Tony just dropped it in the chat. There you go, guys. This is what we were looking for. And now we're at our levels of support, putting in those bullish divergences. And, generally your 2-hour money flow is coming up. So I do think short term we could get a bounce up here. But are we going to get a lackluster move up before a bigger move down. That is definitely a possibility based off of the money flow on the higher time frames. And if we go ahead and pull our old if we go ahead and pull kind of our old local range that we were looking at here, some of those levels that I would be looking to come up to before putting in a lower high and coming back to the downside, like you might be asking yourself, well, how will I know? Like if I'm not in a short position right now, where would I look to enter a short position if we do think the downtrend is going to continue? And the simple answer is I would pull your Fibonacci retracement levels for your Fibonacci retracement tool from this high all the way to this wick low. And what do you have here, guys? You have beautiful confluence between not only your POC and golden pocket, but also your value area low of the range. So this would definitely be a level that I would be willing to either look for short positions or look to maybe add to a short position or enter a fresh position if you're not already in one. Now, this is not financial advice. We could easily shoot through this level and come up to some higher prices, but this would be the first level that I would be looking for those bearish confirmations to potentially give us a move to the downside. And it all has to do with the fact that it is a local golden pocket retracement, and then you also have the confluence between the point of control of the range and the value area low of the range, giving you a nice little pocket of strong resistance. And a lot of times we know not only does price like to put in those higher lows at a golden pocket retracement level, but also price does like to retest the value area low of a previous range that you've broken down from before continuing lower. So if we do get that bounce, I will be very, very, very cautious once we wind up getting a bounce, right? Because if we come up here, I would start to look for, again, either short positions or I would look to be taking profits on my long. However, if you get above this level and hold it as support, I would expect to come up closer towards the 786 slash POC of the previous range or the macro range at about 30,174, right? And then the 786 is coming in at about 30,031, right? So let me pull up a fresh chart just to kind of break down where these levels are actually coming from, right? Because I think breaking it down on a clean chart actually does help a whole lot. So what do we have, right? We have our 31.4. I'm just going to mark these levels out quick because I know where they are. 31.4 is your value area high. About 30K even is your macro POC, which is about right here. And then you have your value area low at about 28.8K, which we kind of already came down and tapped. So that's your value area high, POC, and value area low. And then again, we also had our local range right here. And I will just go ahead and pull that same fib level that I had, right? So if we are going to get a bounce here, I would expect to come retest these local value area low. And again, you have the golden pocket POC confluence, right? So that's a very, definitely a confluent saucy level right there. So that's going to be level number one. And then at that point, if you get above this level, you're just looking to trade this again as a volume profile. So if you get above here and you hold it as support, I would wait for a shot up to the value area high. And then, look for shorts at the value area high and the POC, right? Because the POC at 30K is in pretty good confluence of your 786. And we know that if you don't get rejected by that golden pocket, sometimes they like to shoot for that 786 before actually coming down, right? And you do have that confluence of your macro POC and 786, as well as your confluence down here with your local golden pocket, point of control, and value area low. So does that make sense? And let's see. If we pull our... Oh, is that yes, that is the golden pocket that I pulled there. Let's see. If we pull let me see if I pull this golden pocket up here. Yeah, these are some of the levels, right? Take it for what it's worth. These are some of the levels I would really be looking to short or enter short or take profits on the long, right? But what I want to show you guys is kind of the theory behind finding these levels, right? Because that's like the thought process here. Let me bring this in. The thought process here is that you broke below you broke below your range, and a lot of times price will come up and bearishly retest that value area low before continuing down, and you have that golden pocket confluence. That would make a lot of sense. If you get above that value area low, you're already looking to come up towards your POC or value area high, so that's why those two levels are going to be the other levels I would look to reject. So there you go. That is, if we do get that move up, that would be the key levels of resistance to look at. And if we wind up getting a bigger move down, which again, in the short term, I think it is more likely to get a move back up. But if we do, for some reason, get some kind of mega nuke to the floor, your next most key level of support is going to be this value area low at 28,671. Now, another key level we have to keep an eye on is, and again, I do have a level here at 28.9K. And this is kind of where we bounce from, right? Between 28.8K and this level here at 28.9K, like we're at key support here, right? And one of the reasons why, on top of the many other reasons I just mentioned, is that this is the value area high of our previous range, right? And just like if we get a bounce here, we might reject the previous value area low. The reason we might bounce here is because we might get support on the previous value area high. Right? So this is going to be another level to watch. I mean, it already is marked out, obviously. We already kind of got a bounce from the level. But just to show you where these levels come from, guys, this is a previous value area high. And this is, again, one of those main reasons why we were looking for a move to the downside in the first place, is on top of all the other stuff we just went over, we also knew that it would make a lot of sense to come down after absolutely blasting out of this range. It would make a lot of sense to get a retest of that level as support before continuing higher. So this is another reason why we were looking for that move down. And the reason I harp on this stuff so much, guys, is because when we look for something and it plays out, I like to go over why we were looking at that stuff and why price is bouncing where it was, or why price is bouncing where it is bouncing right now. Because again, like, this is not rocket science. This is not something that only I can do. This is not something like, I am not the best analyst in the world or the best trader in the world, although I like to think so. But this is simply because of the way we do the TA. And this is why we teach this on the live stream every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy, DZ. DZ. But yeah, there you guys go. So nothing really, too shocking here other than the fact that we broke the range. I didn't think that would ever happen, to be honest. I was starting to lose faith. But short term, I would look for a move to the upside based off of the bullish divergences printing on a lot of these time frames. And yeah, that next 4-hour green dot is likely going to be the thing that will give us a move up. And now you guys have the levels to watch, not only to the upside for a lower high to be put in and come back down, but you also now have the key levels to the downside that we need to hold as support if we want to continue up here. And again, if we come lower, that key level is going to be about $28,670. Yeah, shout out to Darren Dusting, says, Frankie is the sauce market cipher sensei. Listen and learn from the sauce master. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Yeah, everybody smile, said 10K is the bounce. You heard it here first. Let's go. I mean, listen, as much as I would say I am not in the camp that 10K is going to come, I hope it does. I really do. I hope it does. I hope if there's something I hope I'm wrong about, it's that. Yes, and Ziva Crypto Girl said you have to have faith in money flow. Absolutely, right? Like, and you have to be aware that it could give you a false signal once in a while. But again, like the money flow prevailed, guys. Like when you see the money flow coming on the 4-hour like that with a bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence on the 4-hour into a key level, which is your value area high. It is simply a range trade, right? Higher highs consistently on your price action, lower highs consistently on your market cipher B, money flow consistently coming out. Thank God I just stuck to my guns there, because thank God it played out like this. Higher highs, lower highs, money flow coming out. A lot of times that marks a significant top and a bigger breakdown to come, especially when it's accompanied by a 10-hour money flow crossover, 12-hour money flow coming out, 16-hour money flow coming out, etc., with the red dots on the higher daily time frames and the bearish divergences on the higher daily time frames. There really was not that much on the higher time frames that were calling for upside, guys. They all look like they want to cool off. And yeah, so there you go. That's what we're looking at on Bitcoin, guys. Like, I feel like this is, I feel good today, just because now I know I'm not crazy, because I started second guessing myself. All right, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Mr. B said when you got signals, you just gotta be patient. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. I'm sorry, Rob. I let Paul Wood. Oh no. Someone asked a question, and Rob tried to get the question to me, and yeah, he tried to get the question to me, and I lost it. I definitely lost it. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I'd like to call the doorway to higher prices the stairway to heaven, But now that I've said it out loud, it's a little corny. It makes me sound old. Oh, well, who cares? Shout out to Mr. Blake. Let's go. Man, yeah. Shout out to Rob. Yeah, I probably missed that question. But yeah. Let's see. Dang, yeah, that's probably gone. Yeah, I guess I missed that. Yeah. Well, shout out to Rob. Oh, no need. Chemistry Bro answered. Shout out to you, man. Thank you, guys. But yeah, guys, don't forget to smash that like button if you like the content. But yeah, with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next part of the stream, which is going to be the altcoins. Go ahead and spam your altcoins in chat if you want me to take a look at them on the charts. And don't forget to smash that like button, guys. We're going for 550 likes. And I'm not going to lie. If we start hitting like goals this week, I might have to shut down the channel because we will be giving away all of our money. Paul Wood wants to see Erythrium. Let's go. We'll take a look at Erythrium for sure. Shout out to Hannah King. We'll see you later. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships and the super chats, Hannah. We appreciate you so much. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start taking a look at the altcoins. Let's see. And here they come. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna start off with Ethereum, guys, or Erythrium. And I will also, Rob, you don't have to count XRP. I'll take a look at XRP regardless. And you guys can see here on Ethereum. Here we are. And you can see our lines drawn here. And again, typically, I tell you to take these lines that we draw with a grain of salt. But because I actually remember what we were talking about here, this is going to be worth talking about, right? So I'm going to leave this up for a second. And what are we looking for here? Now, obviously, we were looking for a move down to this golden pocket, right? Before we were looking for a bounce. And I could tell from right here, we were looking for a potential bullish divergence on the 4-hour at this key level for a potential opportunity to get a move back to the upside. Now, obviously, this did not happen exactly as we thought because that's almost impossible to guess. However, you can see this is indeed happening. Just obviously, it's not possible to figure out exactly when it's going to happen, right? But it is happening. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this trend line and draw it to our actual lower low, right? And I will go ahead and move our drawing to here because this is actually where this is happening, right? And you could even see here, we were looking for that bullish divergence, which we didn't get here, but you could see we may indeed wind up getting one right here, right? So once we print that green dot, we could be putting in that bullish divergence, which actually this would be pulled from here, right? So we could wind up getting a bounce here. And that is kind of what I'd be looking at on Ethereum, right? Like looking for that green dot to print on the 4-hour at our key level of support for a potential bounce back up to, back up into our range here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and move this to our current price to see where that value area low is. I will adjust this level right here. And I'm going to get rid of these levels. I think we all understand what's going on here, right? So looking for that potential bullish divergence on the 4-hour, again, at our key level, which is our golden pocket retracement level, right, which we did tap almost to the dollar there. But this is what we're looking for. You're deviating out of your local range, which is coming in at about 1830, right? We came down to about 1830. This is like the same levels we've been talking about on ETH forever. Let's see. John Madden play-by-play on crypto. Let's go. Shout out to Mr. Blake. But yeah, again, like same thing we were looking at on Thursday. I would still be looking for here, looking for that bull div on the 4-hour time frame for a potential bounce back up. Then what are we looking at if we do get that bounce? I would be looking for something very similar to what happened back here, right? You got a bounce on your value area low, move to the POC, deviation from the range, bounce off the golden pocket, back to the high of the range. You also visited the POC, right? So back to the POC, then back up to the value area high. I would be looking for something very similar here, guys. I would be looking, again, bounce off the value area low, bounce off the value area low, right to the POC, deviation from the range into the golden pocket, deviation from the range into the golden pocket, bounce back up to the POC question mark, potentially. And that's what I would be looking for, right? So I would be looking, if you do get a bounce off that 4-hour green dot, I would look to get above this value area low at 1850 If you are able to get back above this, I would look for a move up to the POC before potentially, once we analyze the rest of the time frames, if money flow is coming out here, I would look for a lower high to come in, and I would look for that to bring us back down lower. Now, I do want to pull some fibs really, really quickly to see if I can get any confluence here. Let me see. Yeah, I would actually look at this as a range. Right? I would look at this like this. Look for that purple box. If money flow is coming out, which we're going to find out right now. Let's take a look, right? And I kind of know this, right? So obviously money flow is coming out on your 3-day. Your 4-day money flow is coming out. Red dot confirmed. All this looks very similar to Bitcoin. The only difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin on this is the fact that we don't have the bearish divergences that we have on Bitcoin on Ethereum. But we do have the red dots printing with momentum coming out. Red dot printing on your 5-day, 6-day red dot also printing, and your weekly red dot is also printing, right? So again, you would expect a little bit more downside here in the longer term, right, or medium term. Short term, though, if you print that 4-hour bull div, might be able to give you a short-term bounce. But again, because of the red dot on the weekly, I would expect this to be lackluster before rolling back around to the downside. Now, if you wind up getting back above here, right, maybe you don't get bearish confirmations up here and you flip this level to support, I would expect to come back up to the value area high. So again, simply put, you're looking at this as a range. You've deviated out of your range. You're looking for longs. If you could get that long position, you're looking to get back into the range. TP at the POC. If you can get above the POC, you're looking for a move up to the value area high. However, with the way money flow is looking, I would expect this to potentially be a lackluster move up and a rejection back down to lower prices, which I would expect to happen right here. Not only because of the local golden pocket retracement, but because of the 786 POC confluence. There it is. Let's go. Shout out to the CandleMafia. Let's go. I'm getting all amped up here. Altcoin votes are in and being counted. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Thank you for that, brother. I appreciate you. Paul Wood says, don't short support. I couldn't have said it better myself. And this is why you don't, I'm saying this is why as if we already got the bounce. But you don't get overly bearish at support, guys. Don't short support. You want to long support and short your short entries. Don't be a lot of people. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people that saw this move to the downside and were shorting all these red candles. You do not want to do that. The short entry for this trade was up here, right? Or up here. You're not looking to enter your short all the way down here at the bottom. Like, if you're curious if you should enter a short position, look at your candles and go to the most recent high and draw a line to your current price. If that line is a straight line down to your current price, that is likely not a great place to get into a short. You want to be looking for your shorts as price is screaming to the upside. This is what a lot of people get wrong about trading. Is because it's funny because I see people say this, not in my chat, but I see this online constantly in the community. Not our community, but just in trading in general. When price pumps, like right here, we weren't looking at Ethereum as much as we were Bitcoin. But like when price moves like this, I am looking for shorts where most of retail is looking for longs, right? Most of retail in this move up is going, okay, oh God, we got to if we break this level of resistance, we got to get into a long position. And they don't wind up entering the long until up here, and they think it's going to endlessly go up in a straight line, and then they get absolutely poo-pooed on, we'll say, right? They get absolutely destroyed. But when we have, and that's the emotions of the market getting those people. That's why retail fails, right? Because they see the big move up and everybody thinks it's to the moon and beyond. And that's normally when you want to be looking for the shorts, right? And you see people, they'll comment on things. They get mollywopped. Shout out to Crespo. Yes, mollywopped is a great term. I love that. They got mollywopped right back to the downside. But, you'll see people like, I even like, regardless of where you see it, you'll see people like, if you're looking for a short up here, people are like, this idiot, we just broke key resistance, and this guy's an idiot looking for a short. I'm long. See you at 5K ETH. And then they get absolutely mollywopped. Thank you, Crespo. But this is, you want to do the opposite of what everyone thinks, right? So if you have people going, you're an idiot, price is obviously going up, why are you looking for shorts? Just know that you're in the right? You're just like, okay, this guy doesn't know what's going on. That's not how the market works. So just understand that, right? A lot of people are probably, This idiot, why are you looking for a long, dude? Obviously, price is dumping. Yes, this is why you look for longs down here, right? Like, just don't listen to those people. They have no idea what's going on. So there you go. All right, let's see. They've been hoodwinked. Let's go. Shout out to Jason Turner. Let's see. 99% of traders lose money. Do the opposite of 99% of traders. CandleMafia is the 1%. Crespo, 100%. Candle whipped, yeah. And yeah, that's the truth, right? That is the truth. So yeah, and again, like why was I on my live stream, right? When everybody was saying this is bullish consolidation, were we open-minded to the fact that this could be a break to the upside? 100%. 100%. We were looking at the possibility of a short squeeze. We were looking at the possibility of some kind of random pump back to the upside to come to higher prices, but it always came down to the higher time frames. They weren't ready to come to the upside. We even were analyzing the delta inside of this range, trying to figure out if there was going to be a short squeeze happening, right? And we could not find the short squeeze building. We looked at it day after day after day saying, I mean, if we can get a short squeeze building here, then maybe we come up for higher highs. But guys, I'm not seeing it. And the money flow's coming out. That's why we're sticking with the move to the downside. And there were probably a ton of people watching that content on this big move to the upside, right? Saying, this guy's an idiot. XRP just won the lawsuit. Moon. It's going to 100K. It's going to 100K. XRP lawsuit. Conspiracy theories. This guy's an idiot. Don't look for a short. And what happened, guys? The TA prevails once again. Right? It just gets rejected at the value area high and comes right down to the value area low. It's like pretty funny, right? So that's why I'm one of those guys, charts over everything, right? Like the mania during that XRP news was just like, oh my God, XRP is going to 10K, right? Like all conspiracy theory. On Thursday, it's going to the moon, guys. Like no one knows that. And if someone's out there telling you, and it depends on how they say it, right? I will say this, like if they're telling you guys, I saw a bunch of this. The only reason I'm saying this is because I saw a ton of stuff on like Instagram and TikTok that are saying, guys, Thursday is the day, based off of this conspiracy theory that some guy at my barbershop told me that Thursday's the day that XRP goes to 10K. Guys, nobody knows that, right? Like, and I want to be the guy on YouTube that rips the covers off everything. No one knows this, right? Unless you really know some insider stuff. Most people don't understand, right? They're just going off of what they saw on TikTok or what they heard from their friend that knows nothing, right? It's all emotional. So don't get caught up in that, right? When you see people screaming, "Oh my God, XRP won the lawsuit, it's going to 100K," like that's when you start looking for shorts, right? Especially if the TA is calling for it. But obviously, you want to be prepared in either direction, which we were. But again, we were trying to find every reason to break to the upside as we were pumping here. Like maybe a short squeeze? Not really. I don't know. And then boom, we came right back down as the TA pointed to. So there you go. Don't trust anyone who's wearing a face mask. I trust CryptoFace. I will say that. He does wear a mask. So shout out to CryptoFace. I'm just kidding. Well, no, I'm not kidding. I do trust CryptoFace. Shout out to Market Cypher. But yeah, let's see. People thought XRP was going to act like a meme stock. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, people are just like, ask these people why. When they say Thursday's the day, why? Well, because that's the day they flip the switch or whatever they say. I'm not really up to that. I'm not really up on that stuff. And it's like, okay, well, what does that mean? And they'll be like, well, that's the day that it's going to moon. Well, why? Because that's the day that it's because do you even understand what XRP is? You're holding a very rare asset. Yeah, but why is it going to pump on Thursday? Well, do you watch this guy on YouTube? Well, yeah, why does he think it's going to pump on Thursday? Well, because if you add these two numbers together and then you look at the SEC's logo, in the crest of the logo is there's two lines, and if you turn it sideways, it's an X. And it's like that's not a real thing. Like, people get crazy. And listen, I'm the biggest XRP fan in the world. I am an XRP fanboy. I want XRP to go to 10K, 100%. I don't think it will ever. But, you know, I'm all team, let's go to 10K. I don't think it's possible, but I hope it does, right? $5 to $10, much more realistic price prediction for XRP. And I just like to be real. But my point here in this rant is ignore. If you're watching something on YouTube and it's getting you excited because someone's amping something up, chances are they have something to benefit from it on their personal life, right? So just like when it gets all emotional, just understand, like I forget who said it, 99% of traders lose money. Do the opposite of the 99%. When everyone's screaming XRP going to $1 million, Bitcoin to 100K, that's probably where you want to look for shorts, especially if the technicals line up. And that's exactly what happened right here. And if someone's calling you an idiot, no one who actually knows what they're doing is going to call you an idiot. No one who actually I'm never going to call you an idiot for like if someone's out there saying you're an idiot, like those are people who think that there's definitive answers in the market, and it's simply just not the case. So just ignore those people. It's all emotion. So 100x leverage. Every time no traders do chemistry, bro. The icon thing is in the way of that. I can't see the whole message. But shout out to chemistry, bro. Let's see. Yeah. Elon's secret to XRP. Yeah, I don't know. Shout out to the 589 crew. Let's go. If XRP goes to just $10, that would do a lot for me. Yes, that's a much more realistic price prediction than $10,000. Please take that for what it's worth. But, guys, I'm a janitor at the SEC, and it is for sure going over $9. Is that what that is? Oh, 9K. Shout out to shout out to the janitor at the SEC. Let's go. Hey, we got to mod him. He's got the inside scoop. Let's go. 10 books would be epic. Yeah, absolutely. If it's Frankie University, Tony D would be the dean. There you go. He is the dean. Absolutely. But guys, let's go ahead and continue on. Kind of the whole point of that rant is don't listen to the people who are emotional. And if someone's calling you an idiot for doing technical analysis, that's an emotional person that's going to get wrecked every single time. Just trust me. I've seen it happen time and time and time again. And what happens to play out every time? The TA does, right? Not every time. Obviously, the TA is wrong, but sometimes. But let's go ahead and move on, guys. Back to Ethereum, and that's kind of what I would look for, right? Like we're pretty much done on Ethereum. Looking for longs as we deviate from the low. If we get a lackluster bounce and we do get rejected, I would be looking at this purple box between about 1876 and 1890. Great year for a potential lower high and a continuation to the downside. And remember, when you lose your value area low, sometimes you like to test that POC before decisively coming out of the range and putting in a lower low. If you flip the 7862 support above the POC, I would then invalidate that lower high hypothesis, right? Because yes, indeed, either thing can happen, right? It's not just like there's no guarantee of where this thing's going to come down, right? So if you get above this level, you have to change your thesis and use the new information you have to make a new hypothesis. Which, if you hold that POC as support, your hypothesis would generally be, when looking at the volume profile, is that a move to the value area high would be the next likely thing. But you wouldn't know that until this plays out, right? So there you go. That is what I would look for on Ethereum, looking very similar to Bitcoin. I'd look for the 4-hour green dot to give you your next move to the upside. All right, let's go ahead and move on to XRP. And here we are. Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody know what was going to happen on Thursday? I don't know why. I saw everywhere. Yes, Drew says, aren't we all retail? Yes, definitely on a technical level. Isn't institutional money versus us mere mortals? Drew, yes, 100%. But just because you're trading with retail money doesn't mean that you have to think like a retail trader. The reason why it's so easy to wreck the retail traders is because they trade based off emotion and they trade based off of things that everybody does. So they have no edge in the market. You need to have an edge. If you don't have an edge, you're just swimming with the fish. And when you swim with the fish, you're going to get swallowed by a whale. And if you can't be the whale, that you want to at least swim right underneath the whale's fin, right? Or ride on top, hook onto the back like a barnacle on that whale and ride with the whale. Try to see what the big money is doing. See what the whales are doing. So yes, technically everyone's retail other than the big money and the institutions, but it doesn't mean you have to think like retail. So there you go. Shout out to Drew. All right, let's continue on. Yeah, price predictions are very, and that's the thing with XRP, right? Like, XRP is not going to 10K, right? In my honest opinion, right? If it did go to 10K, a lot of things would have to be absolutely, a bunch of things would have to break, right? And that is when you're thinking about market cap. Now, if there was some case where XRP could go to 10K, I don't know their full argument. I'm pretty sure it's basically conspiracy, which, hey, not all conspiracies are fake, right? So who knows? But aren't barnacles pointy? Yes, that's why we want to hurt the whales. But yeah, again, guys, like I can pull it up right now, and I know. And here's the thing: XRP going to 10K. The people who think that XRP is going to 10K, like, do you? Let's see. Okay, the coin perspective, right? Now, the people who think XRP is going to 10K, from what I understand, They are aware that the market cap would have to be an astronomical number, but that apparently is not their argument. Again, I don't know their full argument. And do you notice how I'm not calling them idiots, right? They're not idiots for thinking that, because we live on Earth. And the world is a weird place, and anything can happen here, right? So, sure, you have to be open-minded. Again, like let's see. Let's go to XRP, right? Click on XRP. Your price, $10,000. That is a 14,237x, and the market cap of XRP would have to be $526 trillion, guys. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at coin market cap. And now listen, this is the market cap argument for why XRP cannot go to 10K. Is there another argument? Sure, if some kind of conspiracy theory winds up being true. I think their argument is that it's not just money, right? It's value that is going to be on the XRP ledger, right? So I guess that's their argument. Who knows if it's a legitimate argument? But guys, can we just look at the market cap of all of crypto? It is a measly, we'll just call it a $1 trillion market cap of all of crypto. Crypto's market cap, every single coin, every coin that exists, all of their market caps all added up together is $1.17 trillion. I think at the top of the last bull market, it was like 3 potentially, right? Now do you see how unrealistic a $526 trillion market cap is going to be for XRP? All of the coins, if every dollar in every other coin went into XRP, it wouldn't even be 1/500th of what you need to get to $10,000 XRP. So this is the argument for XRP not going to 10K. And again, who knows? I'm not saying those people are crazy. I'm just saying, as far as what I understand, it is impossible for that to happen unless you had somehow got $562 trillion that all just went into XRP, right? So there you go, right? Like, that's a really, like, maybe one day, like, some crazy thing happens. Who knows what happens in the future? But this is, like, likely not going to happen in the next bull market, guys, right? Now, if you put a $10, that's a 13x. That's a way more palatable and reasonable expectation for XRP, 526 billion, right? Not trillion. And even that, guys, even a 13x for XRP would put XRP at about Bitcoin's market cap as of right now. Obviously, Bitcoin's market cap in the bull run is going to be higher. But, for XRP to hit $10 right now, it would have to essentially, like, it would almost have to flip Bitcoin. It would have to flip Ethereum, right? Which isn't impossible. XRP wasn't the number 2 coin at some point, I believe in 2017. So there you go. There's the argument of why XRP won't go to 10K. I'm not saying understand, I'm not calling these people stupid. Maybe there's something they know, right? I doubt it, but you never know. But this is, why not use logic, right? I just use logic. Anyway, continuing on here, speaking of the actual XRP chart, let's talk about some realistic predictions in the near term here. So here we go. Looking at the daily, VWAP below the 0 line, looking for, money flow kind of flat. Take a look at the 16-hour. Yeah, looking very similar to Bitcoin, guys. Green dot printing on your 4-hour, right? Money flow is in the red. That is more bearish, right? So if we did get a move up, I mean, it's the same thing as a lot of the other altcoins. You're just below your local range, right? Just below your local range. You deviate from the low. No bullish divergence here on the 4-hour. You do have it on the 2-hour, which could have marked a significant bottom potentially. It's barely a divergence. It's barely a bullish divergence. But if you get that 4-hour green dot, or you do have a 4-hour green dot, if this confirms, you could potentially get a bigger move to the upside. If you do, you're looking to flip the value area low at 71 cents to support. If you can get that flipped to support, you may be able to make your move up to the point of control, coming in at 75 cents. And we're going to get into the lower levels that we were looking at, recently on the streams last week. But if we do get a bounce, guys, I will say this. 2-day red dot printing, bearish divergence also printing. 3-day bearish divergence also printing. Not the strongest divergence, but this is about to start printing. Your weekly VWAP is working its way down here, so it looks like it's lagging slightly behind Bitcoin as far as cooling off. But if we do get a move up in the short term based off the 3-hour and the 4-hour green dots, which I will be honest, Yeah, your 6-hour green dot is looking to print. Your 5-hour green dot is also looking to print. But generally, your money flow is coming out. So just based off the laws of money flow and the volume profile, if we do get a move up here, I will look for it to potentially be a lackluster move to the upside before getting another move down. And then just looking at our fib pulls here, you do have a decent bit of resistance at your golden pocket. Whoops. Right? Come on. There we go. At your golden pocket POC, right? So you have your golden pocket, your local golden pocket coming right in at your POC. That's giving you a decent bit of confluence, right? So if you come back up to this level, I would look for a potential rejection, and then your 786 is coming in right here. Let me go ahead and label it at about 77 cents. Now, I would also potentially pull this as well. I don't know. I don't know how much weight I would put on this level, but this would potentially be another range I would look for a rejection. But your key level of resistance you have to get above is going to be 71 cents. If you can get above that level, I'd look for a journey to the POC. If you can get bearish confirmations within this purple box between 72.5 and 74 cents or 73 cents, that could be a level you reject. You might be able to get past it. I would much rather see a move back up. I would definitely watch this level. Golden pocket coming in at 72.7257 cents. If you get that, I would look for a potential rejection there, between there and the 786 at 73.7378 cents. And if you get above that, I would simply again, you're just looking at things in terms of ranges, guys. If we mark out the range, right, let's go ahead and mark it out right here. Boom. Neutral, right? So we're just looking, if you get accepted back into your range, you're looking to come up into your local golden pocket. If you don't get a rejection there to come lower, I would look for a move up to your POC. I will say this would be a more reliable place to get a rejection from, right? So if we do come up here, I kind of hope we don't get any bearish confirmations and we kind of just rip through it and start testing the POC, because I'd be much more comfortable taking a short from here to lower lows than I would from here. But either way, either level would be a decent spot to put in a lower high, right? And if you pull this from all the way at the top to the from the absolute high here to the low, right? This would also be a potential level to watch, right? Golden pocket right here, golden pocket value area high, right? So these would be kind of the three zones that if we get a bounce out, right? Because we don't know how strong the bounce is going to be. We don't know if we're going to get some kind of crazy news. If we do, we get some kind of crazy bullish news and we get a big bounce here, I would look up towards the highs of the range / this 786 up here. But if we don't, and we just get some kind of lackluster bounce, we might reject one of these two levels. So these are all the levels within the range I would be looking for a short or a potential rejection back to the downside. Now, if we get a move down, let's say, we just get a rejection, whether we reject one of these levels or we just reject here, we can't get back above and we come back down, this is the next level I would look for. This would be a much better level, in my opinion. Like, this might be the bottom for XRP. Who knows? But if we get a bigger move down, I will look to come back down here. This is the level we've been looking at for a while. Let's see. Okay, continuing on. But yeah, if we get a breakdown below this range decisively, this blue box is, again, guys, and I'm going to get rid of these levels just to clean things up. We are simply just looking at the market in terms of ranges, right? So what do we have? I'm going to get rid of this alert. What do we have, right? We have a local range, and then we also have our macro range, right? And again, it's not as important really, but that macro range is being pulled from this volume profile from up here, right? But it doesn't matter. All that matters is that we have the levels. So we have our local range, right? And then we have our macro range. So when you zoom in, sure, we came up here, rejected the value area high, and came back to the value area low, but we also retested and tried to break through the macro POC, again, from this bigger range, right? So we have both ranges. We have the local range, but if we just go ahead and hide this for a minute, you also are just looking at this as a giant volume profile, this whole white box up here. You have your value area low down here at about 62.627 cents. And a lot of times when you break above the value area low, you come to the POC, right? You get a little rejection, retest on the POC. A lot of times you like to retest that value area low before coming back up. And then if you flip that POC, you will be looking for a potential move back up here to the value area high coming in at $1.28. So again, you're simply just looking at things in terms of ranges. So if you look at this local range, you could potentially catch a long up to the POC or even the value area high to put in a lower high before coming down to the actual value area low. If we come down to this value area low, I will be looking for swing long positions for a couple of reasons. The main reason is that it is the local golden pocket retracement level of this entire move up, right? So when you pull your fib from the low to the high, your golden pocket comes in right here. And we know that price likes to put in higher lows at these golden pockets before continuing higher. So we could see something like that happen. So that's why, number one, why I would look for longs here. Another reason I would look for longs here is simply it is our value area low. It is the low of the range, right? So it would make a lot of sense to get a move down to the value area low, find a long position, and then move back up towards the POC, flip it to support, and then shoot for the value area high at $1.28. Now, if you start breaking below this range, it's somewhat of a warning sign that we could be coming down to our next key level, which is this blue box, which is not only our 786 of our fib pull all the way from the low to the high, which is another place where price likes to put in higher lows before continuing up, right? But it is also very close to our value area high of our, the scene of the crime, right? Where price broke out from originally. So sometimes price likes to go test that value area high, right? So really, if we don't get sucked back up into this range and start, coming back up and ranging around in here, I would expect to either reject the POC, come down to the value area low before coming back up for a big move, or I would look for a rejection, come down to the value area low, lose the value area low to test the 786 and value area high. And so these are really the two main levels I'm looking at. It's the golden pocket and the 786 of this entire move up to look to add to positions and potentially look for fresh long positions. Locally, with our 4-hour green dot printing, if this is going to give us a move, locally, you're looking for a flip of this local value area low to support to get a move up to your value area high, which, again, I would be very careful of a rejection of because of the money flow on the higher time frames. So there you guys go. Shout out to you guys. That is what we're looking at. Long to 79 or short to 64? Long to 79 or short to 64? Oh, it's a hard call. I would say I'm sitting on my hands for the short. I'd love to get a pull back up somewhere into this range, finding, one of those key levels that I just went over. And then if I can get, confirmations at those levels, that's where I'd look for the short to 64. But that's just me. I might go both ways and go schlong. Shout out to Crypto Crabman. Should call you Crypto Schlong Man. Maybe, no, Crypto Crabman's good. I like Crypto Crabman. Shout out to you, bro. All right, guys, let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Jesus Rodriguez says new here, and I'm starting to like this guy. Shout out to Jesus. Shout out to you, bro. Well, welcome to the Candle Mafia. My name is Frankie Candles, and every day at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I show you how to make money. Some of this stuff, trading crypto, whether the price is going up or down. That's the fun part. We make money whether it's going up or down, right? I don't care if this thing crashes. We're cashing out. So, yeah. Shout out to Jesus. This is for you, bro. Bing bong. Money falls fast, man. Those blue strips are heavy. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Buck. Shout out to you, man. Says hashtag value. Let's go. Crypto Bob Schlong. Shout out to you, man. Let's go. We got the harpoons ready for the whales. Let's go. I think we just go higher from here. I see no reason for lower prices. The market seems to be coming in line with what the central banks want. The most, everything been priced in except for, shout out to Lil Scooby Network. Shout out to you, bro. So with all that being said, guys, I know today's kind of been like a little bit more of a bearish sentiment. But I will say, right, like we're definitely like we got this move is what we were looking for, right? So this indeed may be the move, right? Like we may just bounce up from here. And maybe those higher time frames do roll back up. The one thing that's got me a little iffy is the fresh red dot on the weekly. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean we have to nuke, right? It could mean that we're just going to kind of consolidate, right? So I will say this. Weekly money flow still in the green there, right? So long-term, I'm definitely bullish. I am long-term bullish. I probably should have said this in the beginning. I am still long-term bullish on Bitcoin, and I don't mean just from like a crypto, like I'm bullish on crypto. I mean, This long-term trend in my eyes, and again, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but I think it's important. I think it's important to. I think it's important to like really point this stuff out, right? Because if someone misses a stream, they might not hear what I usually say, right? But for the past like 4 weeks, right, or for the past 4 weeks, we've been saying, looks like we're probably going to get a bigger move to the downside before our next leg up. But that means that I'm still bullish, right? Because I think the next leg up is coming, right? And again, this weekly is going to give us a lot of insight, right? Because if I pull up that fresh chart, right, and I just go ahead and hide all our TA here, come to the weekly time frame. Even if, right, and we were talking about that level, like 28.8K, like it hit our level, right? We basically hit our level perfectly, but we have to understand, right, the longer term money flow crossing into the green indicates the longer term trend. So the money flow on the weekly, like don't sleep on this bullish signal, right? And this is like the hardest part of my job is separate, because I could hear everybody thinking like, okay, so he said he's bearish on the weekly, but he's also bullish on the weekly. And the answer is yes. I am short-term bearish on the weekly because of the red dot. But that does not mean that we're going to get a huge, I'm not saying that means we're going to have a huge move down. But I will expect a little bit more of a move down, right, before putting in a higher low and continuing to the upside. You have your low, your high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? So I do think the uptrend can continue. And that is basically my sentiment. I do think it will. As long as things remain the same as what they look like right now as far as money flow on the weekly, this will likely continue to the upside, right? And we did get our move down, and we talked about how this is going to look like a pretty lackluster move on the weekly, but then when you come down to a lower time frame like the 2 hour, it looks a lot scarier, right? It looks a lot scarier on the higher time frames. So I am still long-term bullish. This was essentially the level we were looking to come down to, but you got to be prepared in either direction. So definitely long-term bullish. We got the move down, and that's why we're looking for these swing longs down here, right? Because this is kind of the level we were looking at to load up on those swing longs, but definitely keeping a close eye on that weekly. All right, let's see. Jonathan Schaefer said the money flow is a strong indicator, but it does not mean that there is a definite that we will move up. There is a chance that anything can happen. Sorry, guys. Hang on one second. Why can't I pin this? Oh, replace pinned. Oh, God, the altcoins are pinned. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. Yes, somebody's taking notes. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, guys. Until... like, this weekly money flow is a very bullish sign, guys. Very bullish sign, right? Like, we don't oftentimes see this fake us out, like, more than 2 or 3 times. So, even if this is a fake out, it's likely that the next green money flow crossover will be the one if this is not the one. But as long as this maintains in the green, I am definitely maintaining my long-term bullish sentiment, right? But if this starts coming out and crossing over into the red, we have to start rethinking things. But more importantly, I'm going to be watching the key levels more to kind of lose my bullish sentiment, right? If we start decisively losing these lows down here at around 25K, that is where I would expect that's where I start to get worried for Bitcoin and expect a bigger move down to break this uptrend and then start a fresh downtrend on the weekly, right? So 2 things I'm watching. If this money flow, like as long as this money flow is still in the green, right? Like tomorrow we get a massive dump and this starts crossing into the red. Like we got to start thinking about some things, right? But as long as this stays in the green, if it keeps coming up, that is definitely long-term bullish. And again, until we break those lows, like right here around 25K, that's kind of the line in the sand for me. We start decisively breaking these lows, can't get back above it. That's where I'm expecting to come down closer to about 20K, right? Well, we don't have to talk about that. We're nowhere near that just yet. As of right now, though, I would still consider this a healthy pull to the downside. Even if we come lower, even if we come into the 27Ks, I will be looking for that to be a higher low and a continuation up. But Jonathan Schaefer, 100%, no guarantees. You got to be open to both things happening, 100%. Exactly. Just keep eyes on it all the time right now. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. I wish I could pin that comment, but I can't because the altcoins are up there. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Next altcoin is going to be Dogecoin. All hail the almighty Elon. Let's go. Let's see. Hey, shout out to Jedi Skirk. What's going on, bro? All right, taking a look at Dogecoin here, guys, and just a reminder for anybody who thinks that they're missing the bottom. Dogecoin, still down 90%. Bear market, guys, bear market. Like, still 90% off Dogecoin. If you think Dogecoin is going to break its all-time highs, by your logic, you did not miss the bottom, right? You're still 90% off the highs. Not a bad look. But anyway, I just feel like throwing friendly reminders in that, like, you didn't necessarily miss the bottom yet. It's like, if you get these pumps feel massive in a bear market, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and clear our TA here, and let's go ahead and pull this volume. Go ahead and bada boom, bada bing. And let me see if I can get some confluence with this POC. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen, guys. I knew it was going to happen. All right, so this is what I would look for on Dogecoin here. Take a look at the weekly. VWAP, not just starting to roll over here, right? 6-day. VWAP starting to roll over. Money flow in the green. Like, money flow generally still coming up here for the most part, guys. 4-day, money flow kind of coming out locally. But your weekly generally coming up here. Generally coming up. But if we grab our box here, I would be looking at this golden pocket POC confluence for some serious, I almost said regression, for some serious rejections. Where did I just pull this from? Okay, I pulled it from there. Let me pull this one as well. Okay, I don't hate this. Let's see. Yeah, I'd love to come up to the POC, if I'm being honest. I would watch this golden pocket at about 0.0783 cents. But I would really much rather come up to this point of control with the confluence of your 786 and your other golden pocket. So I'm not even going to look at this. But if we can get a push up into that POC, this would be a great place. I don't know if you're going to get it, but if you can get a push up into this POC golden pocket, that would be an amazing place to put in a lower high for a rejection to come down to lower prices. But let's go ahead and continue on here. 2-day VWAP coming down. Daily green dot printing. Yeah, I would look for a push up to this level, guys. I would be looking for shorts at this level. Daily money flow, fresh crossover into the green. 16-hour looking for a red dot, potentially soon. 8-hour bear div. Ooh. Hang on. Maybe I will bring back that fib, guys. Maybe I will bring back that fib. Yeah. I would watch this. I'm going to analyze this whole uptrend here. Hard to call here, guys. Hard to call. What I do see here is definitely an 8-hour bear div with money flow coming out for the most part. Right? Money flow coming out, momentum coming out, price action coming up here. So yeah, I would watch these levels, right? And especially because this 786, this golden pockets 786 is up here in this confluent area as well. I would look for a potential rejection here where we're at right now. If you get another push up, this purple box is going to be a strong level to look for a short at, in my opinion. 4-hour, let's check the 4-hour. Yeah. Oh, baby, you're getting that 4-hour bear div as well. I would be careful here. I would be careful for a potential move down here. Now, money flow is fighting against you. I'd be careful with Doge. I'd be careful with Doge right now. I do think you could, your 8-hour bear div and your 4-hour bear div is definitely not a good sign. I mean, even your 12-hour. Yeah, even your 12-hour. Bearish divergence. Money flow coming out for the most part. VWAP rolling over. I'd look for a potential rejection here, guys. And then zooming out again, taking a look at your... taking a look at the range, right? POC Golden Pocket 786. These are the levels I would look at. Boom. Boom. These are the rejection levels, right, for Dogecoin. And I will go ahead and I'll mark out these horizontal lines so you guys can screenshot the levels. There you go. If you guys want to screenshot those levels, there they are. But these are the areas where I would look for a potential rejection. So there you go. And again, keep in mind these bearish divergences. Your 4-hour red dot is looking to print here, looking to put that div in. Yeah, 3-hour bear div confirmed or printing here as we speak, right here. Lower highs, higher. Yeah, coming into a key level. If you don't reject here, I would look up towards this. I mean, this is the saucy level. I'll say this. I would much rather come up and reject this level, but it does look like with these divergences, you might get a cool off here. So I would be careful. So there you go. There's Dogecoin. Yeah, Slugger Slug said Doge will go up in the bull run. How high though? Yeah, Slugger. I listen. I don't think Doge is going anywhere. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be here. Not that I don't think it's going to pump. I think it's going to pump. I don't think it's going to disappear. So yeah, I would agree with you. Doge is done. It had its day, and it's not going to make a new all-time high. IMO. Yeah, listen. I think that the reason I do think that Dogecoin could make a new all-time high is the fact that all it takes. Understand that Elon Musk now owns Twitter, guys, and all it takes is for him to tweet something, could keep Dogecoin going crazy. You have to be aware that potentially there could be just a new meme coin that he goes after and starts to manipulate. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Listen, it stood the test of time in my book, and because Elon owns Twitter, I would definitely be keeping an eye on it. But you also have to realize here, now we got Pepe like in the running, right, for the next meme coin, right? It's kind of won everybody over. It's climbed its way up the market cap list. So it is kind of hard to say. The one thing, it's like really hard to say that with like whether it's going to hit all-time highs or not with Doge, because it's a meme coin, right? Like there's very little that makes it pump other than hype. So, if a celebrity like Elon Musk decides to harp and like create that hype consistently, it could moon Dogecoin, right? But then maybe no one really pays attention to Doge and Pepe takes the stand, right? And then Dogecoin never makes a new all-time high. So meme coins are kind of hard to say that with, right? It's not like, oh, well, Dogecoin incorporated all this new utility for their coin and like that's going to pump that. Like there's nothing really to go off of other than like, are people going to hype it again or is it kind of dead? But yeah, I don't think it'll disappear. I think it'll do something in the bull run for sure. Let's see. I forgot to request an analysis for Litecoin. Didn't they just have their having? Crespo, we could take a look at Litecoin potentially here. Not if we don't start moving quickly here. Let's take a look at ADA. Maybe we'll have to take a look at Litecoin on tomorrow's stream. All right, let's continue on. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Going for 550 likes. Let's see. Okay. Uniman, Frankie. Shout out to Crypto Main. What is going on, brother? Thank you for being here. The Litecoin halving is on August 3rd. I'll take your word for that. Okay, let's continue on. All right. Shout out to Norse tuning in from Ireland. Let's go. All right, taking a look at Cardano. Here we go. Let's go ahead and zoom out. And take a look here. Let's clear these. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to clear the brush tools. I'm going to keep the levels. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Okay. So, oh, God, look at the levels getting respected, guys. Put some respect on my name. Or these levels names, I should say. All right, let's pull our volume here. Where did we pull this range from originally? Probably right here is where, if I had to guess, we pulled it from. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out where this range came from, guys. Bear with me. Yeah, I bet. Was it pulled from back here? Potentially. This is probably. Okay. So, I mean, what happened here, right? Let's take a look at the weekly first. Weekly looking for the red dot. Could be cooling off here, guys. 6-day looking for the red dot. 5-day looking for the red dot. 4-day looking for the red dot. 3-day looking for the red dot. 2-day printing the red dot. Confirmed. Money flow coming out on your 2-day. That's a little bit more bearish. Your red dot is confirmed. These higher daily time frames look like they want to cool off a little bit, right? Take a look at the daily. VWAP below your 0 line. Take a look at the 10-hour. Looking 4-hour green dot printing, not quite. I would say this, guys. I would say this looks somewhat similar to this looks somewhat similar to Bitcoin as far as higher daily time frames are lagging a little bit behind. But yeah, VWAP's cooling off on a lot of these higher daily time frames. Money flow coming up. That would be an overall good sign. But these VWAPs could call for more local downside in the meantime, right? And then take a look at your 4-hour. This is looking similar to Bitcoin as well, as we are not quite getting you have a slight bullish divergence here on the 4-hour, right? Very slight. Lower lows on your price action, higher lows on your momentum waves. Not the strongest one, not the strongest divergence, but if you print that green dot, likely going to give you some kind of a move to the upside. But again, just zooming out here, guys, what has happened is we lost our value area low, deviated, tried to get back above, couldn't get back up, finally broke up. And what happens when you break the value area low, guys? Creighton C, are you in chat? Creighton C, hit us with the answer. I don't know if he's here yet, but when you break that value area low, guys, you are looking for, hey, shout out to Foot Expert and Tanner. Hey, guys, you guys are quick. Let's go. Once you break that value area low, you're looking for a move up to that POC, and then we got a perfect rejection off the POC. Now we're testing that value area low as support. If you can hold this value area low as support, I would expect another move up potentially to the POC, coming in at about 36 cents. However, I wouldn't expect anything. I wouldn't expect any fireworks here coming up anytime soon, just because those higher daily time frames do not look like they're coiled up for a big move up, but they actually look like they are coiled up for a little bit of a cool off, right? So there you go. That's what I would be looking at. And then, again, I don't think you do this until the higher time frames. Until you get the higher time frames to turn back around and look bullish, I wouldn't look to flip the POC and get a move up to your value area high until we get that to happen. So right now, I would actually, let's see, 10-hour money flow crossing into the red. Yeah, like with the way this money flow looks, I would expect consolidation or potentially could look for a. Let's see. Let me pull this as a. Let me analyze this whole downtrend here. Yeah, major levels of resistance for Cardano. On the macro, I would watch this box between 0.349 cents and 0.3636 cents. And then locally, if you get a move up here based off that 4-hour green dot that is looking to print here, or this 3-hour green dot that is printing, I would look for a move up to your POC. And even if you break that POC, I'd look for a move up to the high. But even at that point, if you wind up pulling another fib from this local high to the low, yeah, I would look for I would look at this local range on Cardano for the local bounce. I would look for a rejection at the POC. I would also, these are the levels that I would look for rejections on Cardano. These are the major levels, right? If you don't reject this POC and you come up to the local highs, these are the main levels I would be looking for a rejection on Cardano. But locally, I do think you can get a little bit of a move up here based off the green dots. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Dang, Creighton, you look a lot like Blake, huh? Yeah. Hey, shout out to Creighton C in the chat. That's weird. He has Mr. Blake in front of his name. I don't know why that is. All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on here. Taking a look at Kaspa. Shout out to anybody holding Kaspa. And here we are, right? This is actually, there were a couple of shorts that we were looking at on in the premium Discord. Kaspa was one of them, but our setup never wound up presenting itself, which is the benefit of having a plan to your trades. Because if you don't get all your if this, then that statements to fulfill themselves, you don't take the trade, and a lot of times it will keep you out of a bad trade. Because right here, we did have bearish divergence on the 4-hour, right? And at the time, if you move this volume profile, at the time, if we unextend it to the right, at the time, we were getting that bearish divergence near the highs of the range. We also had a macro, I believe we also had some kind of a golden pocket here. Maybe not. But we were at the value area high, putting in a bearish divergence on the 4-hour with your higher highs on price and your lower highs on your momentum waves with your money flow coming out, right? That is bearish. And it did wind up cooling you off, but you just got to bounce off your POC and then broke to another higher high. So it didn't wind up presenting itself for our actual short to play out. However, let's go ahead and jump up to the daily And there we are, right? Is this a divergence on the daily? Not quite. Let's see if Lux Algo calls this on the daily as a divergence. It is not. But we do have that red dot printing on the daily. This could cool us off just a little bit. Take a look at your 12-hour and your 16-hour bearish divergences are confirmed. Money flow kind of flat there, to be honest with you. Take a look at the 12-hour bear div confirmed, 8-hour bear div confirmed. But locally, I will say VWAP is coming up, money flow coming out. So I say you consolidate here. Kind of the thing to look at on Casper right now is going to be this value area high. Because if this 4-hour green dot, like if you come down to the 1 hour, 2 hour, 2 hours looking for the green dot, no divergences or anything, money flow generally coming to the downside. I would look for kind of consolidation here. If you can't get decisively back above this value area high, I would look for a cool off back down to the POC. And I would simply just be looking at these volume profile levels, right? The POC, value area high, value area low, right? So if we cannot get back above here, again, I would just look to trade this as a range, look to come back to the POC and then potentially the low. But this is kind of your line in the sand right here, that value area high. So in the meantime, I would actually So if you get back above your value area high, I'd be cautious of a rejection at this level to potentially come down to lower prices. Because money flow is coming out. Your 12-hour, your daily red dot is printing. Your 2-day looking for a red dot as well. Kind of hard to get any further analysis other than that because of there's not a lot of price history. But money flow generally coming out here. In the short term, I'd look for a potential move up, but I would look to reject these this golden pocket 786 to potentially come back down to your value area high. And then at that moment, you now have context into what is going to happen if you either hold or lose this level. If you lose this level, look for a bigger move down. If you can hold it, I would just be careful of rejection at this level here. But other than that, looking very similar to everything else. Short-term upside for a potential lower high before continuing back down. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. 420 Bud Monster, what is going on, bro? Says, gotta go. Catch you soon, guys and gals. Shout out to 420. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. 558 people still in the chat, guys. Go ahead and smash that like button. We're going for 550 likes on tonight's stream. Are we going to be able to do it? Remember when you could poke people on Facebook? Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and continue on to Render. That is our next coin here. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's actually look at. There we go. All right, what do we got here? We got some TA on this already. Let's see. Oh, wow, this is an old volume profile. Look at this thing. Let's see. Let me go ahead and extend this to the right. Come on. There we go. Okay, maybe we just start fresh here. Let's just start fresh. There we go. Okay, zooming out, taking a look at the daily. Let's see here. Okay. So let me, bear with me, guys. I want to experiment with something really quick. Okay. That's enough. Okay, so zooming in here, guys. On the daily, our VWAP is getting rejected from the zero line. Money flow coming out. That is a bit more bearish. However, you are potentially going to be able to put in a bullish divergence here on the daily with your lower low on your price, slightly higher low on your momentum waves, like almost barely. So you got lower lows, higher lows at the bottom of your range, right? So if you do get that green dot on the daily with the bull div, that is where I would expect a bounce here. 12-hour, let's come down to lower time frames. 8-hour looking for the green dot. 4-hour printing a green dot. There we go. No divergence. Yeah, you have no divergences or anything. But yeah, I would expect a potential short-term bounce I would expect a potential short-term bounce based off this 4-hour green dot. You're at the low of your range. You could potentially get a bounce here. Nothing really screaming massive upside or massive downside, to be 100% honest with you guys. Like, yeah, money flow coming out on the 3-day, 4-day money flow generally coming out, 2-day money flow looking to cross over into the. I would look for either, I would say bullish / neutral on render right now. Either going to wind up with some consolidation or a short-term move up. But again, with the money flow on the higher time frames right now, any moves to the upside on a lot of this stuff, guys, I would expect to be a lower high before continuing back down, just based off money flow. But again, by looking at these medium time frames, VWAP coming up on your 6-hour, right? That would indicate some short-term moves up. Now, if we do get a short-term pump, where would I expect those lower highs to come in at? Well, number one, just looking at the volume profile, I would look at the POC at $1.94 as your potential next level of key resistance, right? If you pull your local Fibonacci retracement from the high to the low, you don't have much confluence with that, with these levels. However, if you pull from this swing, okay, that doesn't look horrible. Yeah, I would watch this purple box for a rejection. If you get a lackluster pump before a bigger move to the downside, I would look for a pump into this purple box before a potential move back down to the value area low and potentially even lower. 786 is also worth keeping an eye on, coming in here at $2.12. Go ahead and label that 786. So those are kind of the levels that I would look for, right? If you get above that 786, just like any of these other examples, get above the 786, you're expected to move to the value area high, which would be another level I would potentially be looking for some scalp shorts at. So quick and dirty on render, but those are the levels I would be looking at. Be very careful of that POC golden pocket retracement level as a potential. And again, very likely, you could see here we kind of had sideways movement all throughout this range. If I pull volume here, guys, very likely that POC of the macro range is going to line up with the value area low of the local range. And as you guys know, a lot of times before price continues lower, it likes to retest the value area low of the previous range. So let's go ahead and pull that range, see if that value area low is indeed, well, let me pull it before the breakdown, and let me unextend it to the right. Bear with me. Very close to that point of control. Very close to that point of control, right? So maybe even drag this box down just a little bit. Because maybe we could pull it back to there. What's that do? Nothing really much. So yeah, I would definitely be watching this PO. Actually, you know what I would do? I would look for a rejection at the macro POC with the local value area low confluence. And then if we break past there, I would look for the golden pocket POC confluence. And then if we break past there, again, like these are just your basic 3 key levels, right? Looking at a potential short at the retest of the value area low, retest of the POC, and then just simply looking for shorts at the high of the range. Once you get back above this value area low, you are then just looking at this as a value area, right? This is your value area. So once you come up, if you don't reject the value area low, as you do normally, you may get above the value area low. Then I would expect to reject the POC. If that doesn't happen, I would just simply look towards the value area high and just treat this as a sideways range. If you break out of this sideways range, let's say you come up, you bing bong, you break out of the sideways range, now I would be looking up to the macro value area high, coming in at about $2.40. So there you go. That is what I'd be looking at on render, guys. Things are much more clear. Things are much more clear than they have been in the recent past. That is for dang sure. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Crespo, you going to get all the sauce in alpha. Oh, no. Did Crespo... Dang, Frankie, you've been doing exclusive live streams in the premium Discord even after all of these? Do you even sleep, bro? That's like one of the main things that people tell me. They're like, yo, do you even sleep, bro? We know you try to go to the gym recently. But do you even sleep? We know you don't really lift, bro. Do you even sleep, though? I don't know. I'm just trying to make jokes, guys. But shout out to, yes, I do. We do 2 premium live streams per week. They run from between 2 to 2.5 hours. They vary. Sometimes we hunt for, like last week. Shout out to everybody in the premium Discord. Last week, on Friday, we did a premium live stream, and if I could find the actual link chart we were looking at, we were looking for some short positions on Link. We were looking at this. We were looking at this short setup. It's kind of messy now because we were live streaming talking about it. But we were looking for this Link short. Simply looking. And again, the reason I say this is because the live streams kind of vary. Sometimes we look for live trade entries, right? Sometimes a lot of times it's very educational. I show you guys exactly what goes through my mind as I'm looking for trades, right? Or as I'm taking trades, right? You guys see exactly my thought process that goes into me taking trades. And then obviously in the actual Discord, you get all the spoon-fed trade setups that we're looking for with the confirmations to get in and out of the trades. However, we were looking at this Link short, just looking for this to be a short from the value area high to the value area low, with the potential possibility of getting a bigger breakdown, which clearly wound up happening. This wound up hitting, for over almost 10%, I believe. Yeah, 10% this hit for, and we were only originally going for, a move for about 3.5%, 3.8%, and then you hold that moon bag, and it wound up turning into an absolute grand slam trade. But we found this on the live stream, premium live stream on Friday, and we do this every Monday and Friday. Sometimes we look for entries. Sometimes we do like educational stuff. I show you guys how I use exo charts to find confirmations. It's like the real sauce and the spoon-fed trade setups. But yeah, we do go live every Monday and Friday for 2 to 2.5 hours in the premium Discord. So shout out to Crespo. Premium live streams are usually at between 1 and 1:30. Usually 1:30 is the actual time. But yeah, I don't know if Crespo. I don't know if you said you joined or not. Yes, and they don't happen after this one. I could not go live after this. I mean, I probably could, but yeah, I don't know if you said you joined or you're thinking about it, but either way, I hope to see you in there. But please understand, if you're not ready to spend money on a premium product, guys, you can always head over to the dining room, which is, I don't know if I'm going to, I don't want to pull this up right now because I don't know if I have a DM open or something. But we also have the dining room, guys, which gives you one free either trade setup or premium TA post from the premium Discord. You get one post per week in the dining room, which is 100% free. You just have to be signed up with one of our exchange affiliates. Enter a user ID into the dining room. You'll get access to not only one trade setup or TA post from the premium every week, but we also have an altcoin gem list in there of where we look at token metrics and try to find coins that are ready to pump. We put those in there. There's an latest airdrop channel. There's a bunch of really good value in there. We have a 24-hour bookmap stream, so you don't have to buy bookmap. You could just go in that stream and watch it live. We also have a 24/7 Lux Algo stream. If you want to try out Lux Algo before buying it, even though they do a free trial, 30-day free guaranteed money back guarantee, you can go in there and check out the Lux Algo 24-hour stream to get a taste of it. And shout out to Crypto Ziva Girl. She's in there as well. Says, I love the premium. Check it out. I will say this, though. We may actually wind up limiting. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what we want to do yet. We may wind up limiting the amount of people allowed in the premium because what I want to do here is I want to make sure that the people in the premium are serious about their trading, because if we get like 500 people or 1,000 people in the live streams in the premium Discord, it's a lot harder for me to give like one-on-one attention and answer questions, and it would just make it a lot less personal and a lot less, I think it would take some of the value out. So we're thinking about maybe limiting it to a certain amount of people who are just serious about their trading, maybe even requiring like qualification, because I want to make sure the people are in there are not just looking for signals. They are not signals. They are setups. It's slightly different. But I don't want people in there just blindly taking random setups without understanding what's behind it. The people we have in there right now are taking their trading seriously, and I see them growing every single day. And my goal with this premium Discord is not to grow. I mean, we want to grow it as big as possible, but I don't want to get 1 million people in there just to collect a quick bag off a premium Discord. It's not what I want to do. I want to make sure people are learning and leveling up in their trading and becoming profitable traders. That is the main goal. And it is really nice having smaller live streams. People could just ask questions. I could directly answer them. It's almost more like a mentorship with added setups and extra value, but it is similar, kind of like a mentorship. You get like pretty direct access to me in those live streams. It's like very personal because there's not a lot of people in there. So we'll have to figure it out. Cheeks says you get the hottest calf picks in the premium. Cheeks, you weren't supposed to say that in the actual live stream, bro. Come on. You just doxed me. It's really an OnlyFans. It's an Only Calves, guys. All right, let's see. But do you do replays on the premium live streams? I could probably join every Monday, but Fridays are iffy. Crespo, for an example. So today, no. Yes, you can replay them. Because it's more often, it's almost like a 2-hour webinar where I'm like really breaking down the sauce, like really giving you the sauce, like I'm giving you the recipes, right? Like today's live stream, we did like an ExoCharts tutorial live, right? And then those live streams will live in the Discord, right? So those live streams live in a channel in the premium Discord where you could go back and they're labeled, or they're starting to be labeled, right? So you could go back to live streams. You could join the premium today and potentially see a live stream from last month that is labeled how to find, time frames explained, how to separate time frames, or how to read ExoCharts, or how to find how many confirmations do you need? Or you'll find a topic that'll be titled, so you can go back to a live stream from a month ago, and it'll be completely relevant, right? Because they're very, very educational. The only things, like part of the stream will look for entries, like, so that part might not be relevant at the time. But they're so educational, you 100% could go back and watch streams from months ago and learn. And that's really where the value is right there, is because you get an idea of, like, we already got people in the Discord, which literally gives me goosebumps. We got people in the Discord talking about, hey, man, I'm looking at this, and that for a potential short on this coin. And I look at it, and I'm like, that's how I do it. You're learning. Pretty soon you can fly. Pretty soon you can be free and fly. But, yeah, there you go. That's enough of that. Just kind of wanted to break that down. So shout out to you, Crespo. Hopefully we'll see you in there. If not, hit that dining room, man. You can get a little taste of what's in the premium for free in the dining room. I highly recommend it because it's no money out of your pocket, right? We really only want people to we really only want people who are really, really serious. You seem serious, but I'm just saying, it's not like a hey guys, buy now, hey guys, sell now. It's not my thing. That typically doesn't work. But anyway, guys, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. Don't forget, guys, check out the let me pull up my face real quick while I pull up this wheel. Don't forget, I'll pull it up here. Don't forget, if you guys are able to, obviously, if you go to the announcement section of the free Discord, I'll just pull it up really quickly here. If you guys have anything to give, please check out the, so here we are. Let me pull it back up. Make sure I'm not doxing anybody. Here we go. Okay. So go to the free Discord, guys, and also if you don't even want to sign up for an affiliate to get into the dining room, get into the free Discord. It's also valuable as well. But there's an option for everybody. But if you come to the free Discord and you come to announcements, guys, that's the kitchen. Where is it? Yeah, just go to the free Discord, go to announcements, and right here, guys, is the GoFundMe for Chusei. Again, like I know a lot of you guys, especially if you're watching right now, you were here from the beginning. Chusei passed away in a car accident, a tragic car accident. He has a 22-month-old son and a wife. And this is not this is not something we made. This is, we got this link from them. So this is their GoFundMe. This has nothing to do with me. It's not like we're going to give him the money. Like, this is going straight to him. But please, if you guys can give anything, please go help them out, because he was that's tragic, man. But yeah, definitely go check that out. Shout out to Chusei Crypto, man. And yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and pull up our wheel of pain and pleasure and go ahead and spin the dang thing. Guys, I'm not going to lie. We probably shouldn't spin this wheel because I don't know if we, I don't know if we can afford to do the giveaway we're about to do this week. Tony, I don't know if Tony might have outed this already, but we are going to give away, actually, hang on one second, guys. Hold up. Yeah, well, Tony D, did you out the giveaway yet? Do they know what we're giving away? Let me know. Bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to get rid of all the ads. I don't know if this will work. Hopefully, whatever. If the ads come back, it's just annoying. Okay, this doesn't look good. This is it's so scammy with these ads. I don't even know if this is an ad. I don't know, but I'm not gonna click it. Oh God. Okay. Should we just? Okay, I'll just remake it. But yeah, Tony D, let me know. Let me know if you outed what we're giving away. Pull up Discord announcements and scroll up. Okay, yeah, I'll just say this, guy, because it is our biggest giveaway. Our biggest giveaway yet. It has something to do with, do you own enough Ethereum? That is for sure. All right, let's see. Here we go, guys. 50K giveaway prizes. Now, we are going to be giving away $500 worth of Cardano distributed. So it's $100 of Cardano to 5 different people. Everybody can enter. 50 YouTube memberships. You have to be in the live stream to get those because that's how YouTube works. I know you guys can't really read this. And then we're going to be giving away 2 free premium Discord memberships. That is open to everybody. And then this is for our 50K subscriber giveaway, guys. So we wanted to do something really, really special for the people who have been here from the beginning, the absolute OGs, the people who have been here from the start and stuck through the entire bear market with us and the tail end of what we're still experiencing. But we wanted to do something really special for everyone who's been here for a very long time. So for not only respected mafiosos, candle capos, or OGs, and enforcers, and the kitchen will be able to enter a 1 ETH giveaway. A 1 Ethereum giveaway. And I will say this, guys, the mods are included in this because the mods are essentially our Oest of Gs. They are the biggest OGs we have. They're community members that just selflessly give us their time. So they will be incorporated in this, as well as the kitchen, respected mafiosos, OGs, and the enforcers will be entered into the ETH giveaway. And then there will be all of those other giveaways, the $500 in Cardano, 50 YouTube memberships, and the 2 premium lifetime. Guys, these 2 premium Discord memberships are lifetime memberships. And that's what we're giving away. 2 lifetime memberships to the premium Discord, 50 YouTube memberships to everybody, 500 worth of ADA to 5 people that anyone can enter, and then 1 ETH giveaway to those specific OG groups, which is a big part of our community. It's like a lot of the people, not a lot of people are left out of that, just like super new subscribers, but everybody else is open to all the other giveaways. But we wanted to do something special for 50K for the people that have been here from the beginning, especially the mods. I'm not going to lie, guys. I love all the OGs. I love all the new members, all the new CandleMafia members, but I will say I got to root for the mods. These moderators, guys, Captain Kirk, Crypto Billy, Crypto Anon, all these people help us selflessly. We do not pay them. They help us out of the goodness of their own hearts, and they are OGs. They were all like in chat first day we ever streamed. So I did really want to. I am kind of rooting for the mods on this one, but it's not rigged. Don't worry. But they are involved because we usually don't incorporate the mods into any giveaways, but they are 100% going to be in this one. Haha. Tony D trying to be funny over here. Tony D trying to be funny over here, dropping pictures of me. Tony D, you're trying to clown me live in front of hundreds of people right now? Unbelievable. I'm just kidding, guys. That is pretty funny. That's the most hilarious picture of me. Just straight cheesing. But anyway, guys, there you go. Super big news. We're going to be doing a crazy, crazy giveaway. Going to be super fun. And we will be doing that on Thursday's 50K giveaway live stream where we're just going to be kicking it. We'll do TA. If you guys want me to do some TA, I will. Maybe we'll have something fun going on that day. I don't know. But I just want to hang out with you guys and just show appreciation to the Candle Mafia. Maybe we'll play some games, something like that. I don't even know. It's going to be a blast. But let's go ahead and actually spin the wheel because let's go. Okay, so here we go. Giveaway. Boom. Nope. Giveaway. Whoops. Boom. Nope. Whoops. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and enable the weights. And I'm going to get rid of one of the giveaways, but I'm going to make them bigger, right? So I'm going to weight it in your favor. Kind of. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Here we go. Spin numero uno. Here we go, guys. I tried to get rid of the ads. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to get rid of the ads with incognito, but it didn't work. All right, here we go. Give them a giveaway, baby. Let's go. Here we go. Where's the chat? Let's go. We appreciate you, Frankie. Shout out to Hope E. CJ Baker said, did I win anything yet? Shout out to CJ. Well, I don't know if you just tuned in or heard what we're giving away this week. CJ, we're going to be giving away a lot of stuff this week. Yes, CJ, but you weren't here to get it. He's kidding. He's kidding, CJ. He's kidding. Shout out to Ken Barkoff. What is going on, bro? All right, spin number 2. Let's go. Soul is the bad lad. Let's go. Give him another giveaway, baby. How many likes do we have, by the way? Oh, look, everybody's on TV. Whee! Oh, wait, shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Yo, Bubba's, what is good? Bubba's just out here gifting, showing love to the mods. Hashtag CandleMafia for life. Bubba's, you are definitely eligible for the ETH giveaway. So definitely make sure you get in there. But yeah, spin number 3. Here we go. Tanner says Frankie's filing for Chapter 11 on Friday morning. Possibility. Appreciate you, Frankie, the most generous YouTube streamer. Shout out to Darren Dustings. I appreciate you, bro. I really do. And I really do. Like, it's going to be really hard for me not to look at the charts. I'm not going to lie, guys. When we stream on Thursday for that 1 ETH giveaway, I kind of want to just chill with you guys. I kind of just want to have fun. Like, maybe I will read comments. Maybe I'll react to comments. Like, guys, let me know. Tony, can we, figure out a way to poll people and figure out what they want to see? Like, should we read comments? Should we just, play games? Like, what should we do? And obviously, guys, the crypto gods are not on my side here. 5 out of 5 giveaways. We got 483 likes, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out. We got 5 out of 5 giveaways. Let's go. Might actually wind up getting having to file for Chapter 11. I think there is a live commentary. We can also do some Discord games. Okay. We'll do something really fun, guys, but the giveaways are locked in. We're giving away an ETH. We're giving away 2 lifetime premium memberships. We're giving away $500 in ADA and 50 memberships. And we might go crazy with the memberships during that stream. I don't know. But, guys, Mafia Poker Night would be fun. Discord games would be fun, absolutely. Can't wait until I can afford Market Cypher. Bing bong. Shout out to Crypto Tweak. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. If you want to save 20%, check that link in the description down below. But, guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got on today's live stream. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you all for who tuned or stayed around for the last few minutes here. I appreciate every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, guys, we got the breakdown. Thank God. Thank God we are out of that range. I didn't care if it was up or down. I actually wanted it to be down, but still, either way, we're out of that range, guys. Exciting price action to be had here. The Boar Fest is hopefully over. Watch out for those short-term pumps to the upside. And remember, money flow indicates a longer-term trend. Even if we get those short-term pumps to the upside, make sure you're watching out for those shorts at those lower highs because the money flow is coming out. And with all that being said, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy, Mrs. DZ. Oh, God, I'm going to get myself in trouble. I got to get out of here, guys. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.
I got an exciting, or I should say interesting Frankie fake out for you guys tonight. And I figured as I'm sitting here, as I do after the stream and just watch chat and I lurk and watch you guys talk in chat. And I talk too in chat. But as I'm sitting here, I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and ask AI if XRP can hit $10,000, right? Because I know it's a hotly debated thing here. But here is what Bard, Google's AI, said. And this is, I'll just read it off to you guys because I think this is interesting, right? It basically agrees with me. It's weird. A supercomputer agrees with me. Interesting. Here we go. I said, hypothetically and theoretically, could XRP hit $10,000 per coin? And Bard said, hypothetically, it is possible for XRP to reach $10,000 per coin. However, this would require a number of factors to happen, including the total market capitalization of all cryptocurrencies would need to increase significantly, which makes sense. XRP would need to become the most dominant cryptocurrency for cross-border payments. Makes sense. There would need to be a significant increase in the demand for XRP from institutions. That's obvious. But it said even if all these factors were to happen, it is still very unlikely that XRP would reach $10,000 per coin. The current circulating supply of XRP is 47 billion coins, which means that the price of $10,000 would give XRP a market capitalization of $470 trillion. This would be more than the entire GDP of the world. This is not coming from me. This is coming from a computer. And I will say, obviously, 470 trillion is different than the 500 and whatever trillion we were looking at. That is likely because of the circulating supply numbers were different on the coin perspective. But when you're talking about a price prediction this unrealistic, it doesn't even really matter. So there you go. But this is nice that it took circulating supply. This is interesting. I never did this before. This is interesting that it takes circulating supply into account. I'm actually impressed. That would be more than the entire GDP of the world, guys. This is why it is so hard for XRP to reach there, right? But it didn't say impossible, right? Because it's a computer and it doesn't have emotions. But just like me, I don't have emotions. Poor Mrs. Candles. Anyway, I'm just kidding, guys. It said, in short, while it is theoretically possible for XRP to reach $10,000 per coin, it is highly unlikely. There are a number of factors that would need to happen for this to occur, and even if they did, it would still be a very large market capitalization, aka more than the GDP of the entire world. Here are some other price predictions for XRP that are more realistic. 2023, $1 to $3. Definitely realistic in my opinion. I'm looking at between 5 and 10 as like more of a bullish scenario. But 1 to 3 is definitely, if XRP goes to $3, I'm going to make a big bag of money, right? 2025 or 2023, that'd be $1 to $3 this year, which is pretty, right? Like that value area high is at $1.28. That's not that far away, right? 2025 between $5 and $10. That is literally my kind of price predictions. And then 2030, which would be the next cycle, right? $25 to $50, right? Now, there you go, right? Realize how far away that is from $10,000, right? I actually don't hate these price predictions based off of just AI just telling me what it thinks. $1 to $3 by the end of this year. I mean, we already almost hit $1. 2025, $5 to $10. That's literally my realistic price predictions. And then 2030, it's $25 to $50. Like, who knows what's happening in 2030? But there you go, guys. That's all I got. There's a quick little sauce packet for you, just so y'all guys know that I'm not hating on XRP. I'm an XRP bull, but you got to keep it realistic. I don't want my subscribers, hoping on for a $10,000 XRP, and then it tops off at $5, and they're like, this guy's a lunatic, right? And like, that's just likely what'll happen, right? I don't know what the timeline for this 10K XRP is, but I hope it's not by the next bull run, because that's like, there you go. I agree with AI, guys. Am I AI? I don't know. That's all I got, guys. I'll see you all next time or tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. XRP to 10K, baby. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bang.